Ready to go.
Kyle Hart delivers, and a liner into right field. Fernando charging in, slides forward, and he makes the catch to end a 1-2-3 inning. What do you know? Gonna hang a star for Fernando Tatis Jr. Time to stretch at Petco Park, and Kyle Hart, thanks to some help from Fernando in right, a 1-2-3-7.
Tony Gwynn Jr. doing some work on Saturday night, getting the star out. Padres got a victory Saturday night. Hope everybody's well rested. You know, we all needed a day off on Sunday, 3 games into the season. I was a little wiped out myself. And back to it tonight with the Padres and the Giants. Gwynn and Chris getting a new week started here on 97.3 The Fan. Chris Ello. Tony Gwynn Jr. is down at Petco Park. He'll call tonight's game along with Jesse Agler. Matt Skraby alongside here in the Odyssey Palace Studios, which are run by our friends at Bill Howe. We know how. Tony Gwynn Jr., how are you? A rare Sunday. Did you take advantage of your time off?
I did. I did take advantage. I had a good quality Sunday off. My son and I, Trey and I, got a little workout in, played some catch.
Oh, yeah.
Taught him a little bit about his body and trying to make sure the arm is kind of catching up because he's kind of dragging it a little bit. So I got him lined up. All of a sudden, he was throwing the ball a little farther, a little firmer.
Hey, all right.
And then from there, my wife and I hit the town in Little Italy. Yeah, I know.
Whoa.
We don't really get to do this stuff on a Sunday. And so we went down, and I don't know if we bar hopped, but we definitely went.
Let me ask, how did you park or did you take an Uber down there?
We are responsible adults. We took ourselves an Uber.
Well,
down there.
it's not just responsible, it's very smart because there is no parking in Little Italy.
That is true.
There's just no such thing.
Typically, I would never go to Little Italy because my wife would have anxiety about there being no parking.
Yes.
It would wear me down to the point where I'd be like, you know what? I don't even want to go.
You know what? I want to start going to dinner with your wife then, because my wife puts us in Little Italy all the time and has no anxiety about me having to drive around for an hour looking for a parking spot.
I mean, in the passenger seat, it's really not that big of a deal, but in the driver's seat, you're like, oh, no.
Obviously, Tony's wife understands. She doesn't like to go to Little Italy. I'm the same way, Tony. As soon as Lori says, yeah, we're going to dinner with so-and-so. Oh, good. Where? Little Italy. I start getting tense. You know what? I've missed an entire dinner at Little Italy before looking for parking.
It could definitely happen.
You know, I drop my wife off, you know, because you got to be there at 7:00, right? So we pull up at 2 minutes to 7. Lori goes, here, just drop me off. And then, I come back at 9:00 and pick her up and we go home.
That is kind of funny.
It's the stupidest place in the world, Little Italy. Goodness gracious.
We hopped around a little bit, ended the night at Nona, terrific Italian restaurant.
Yeah, they got some good places. If you can park, it's worth it to go down there, for sure.
For sure. But that's how I spent my Sunday.
Good. All right. Before we go any further, we got a lot of Padres to talk about. We got a Pen Pals later on. We got Dieter Kurtenbach from the San Jose Mercury News coming on. You don't want to miss him. I mean, come on. He rips on the Giants already. And now he's going to get an opportunity to rip on him after they went 0-3 and scored only 1 run. So I can't wait to hear what Dieter's going to say.
His opinion.
Yeah,
but he's been very hard on Tony Vitello already.
I can't wait to hear Dieter coming up here in a little bit. But before we get to baseball,
first of all, Dieter, I'm sure will not disappoint.
That's right.
He has opinions.
Yes.
Not afraid to let those roll. And so I'm very interested to hear what he has to say about the
Yes, I'm not going to miss that. It's coming up at 2:40. But before that, I just want to make sure that we all check to make sure that none of Shire the Crier's assistant coaches got hurt in the melee that followed that UConn victory yesterday.
Your hatred for John Shire is weird.
That was such a low. Weird. It was such a low hanging fruit, man. I had to take the shot. Had to take that shot. Come on.
When they showed his face.
Goodness.
After that ball went through the net, I have to say that was one of the first things that crossed my mind. I was like, I hope no one storms because
don't storm the court
of punching a coach in the face if they do.
Yeah.
Now, it's a little more controlled environment as we saw in the NCAA tournament than it is in some of these home gyms during the season.
It was an incredible finish. We'll talk about the end of the UConn Duke game. I also want to point out before we go back to it, but there's nobody I dislike more than Hurley and UConn So it's hard to celebrate them winning.
His running around the court is way too much.
But, it was a hell of a game. So we'll talk about that a little bit. But let's get to tonight. You got let's get to the weekend. Padres get the win on Saturday. Let me just throw this out there for the people that were thinking it. It was a must win. You got to win that game. You cannot.
Must win.
Right.
Huh?
It was a must win.
Thank you.
Third
Finally,
game
you feel the urgency.
Right. I'm coming around to your way of thinking, Skraby. Thank goodness they won Saturday. It wasn't, look, we know it wasn't a must win, but in the radio business, Tony, for me and for you and for Skraby, it was a must win, because otherwise we would have to come up here, on today and face an 0-3 fan base. So, in that sense, I'm just glad they got one, know. But to give it to Randy Vasquez, man, the guy is picked right on where he left off. He had one jam the entire game, a little bit in the first inning. He got out of that and really sailed on through it. Just a great performance, and it's just so happy for him. And get that one before we get done with the weekend, Tony.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was good to see. It was good to see him get on the board. Very well pitched game. Randy was money, just as he had been all spring training. It was basically the same guy. That was what was nice. Like, nothing changed. You always talk about carryover. Like, that guy looked exactly like the guy looked in spring training, except he was a little more built up, could go a little deeper. His stuff was sharp. His fastball was crispy. I mean, he set the tone. And the other guy who set the tone was Jake. Let's be real. I mean, he hit in that leadoff spot, and I know he only let off once, I think. Let me see. Let me pull my thing up. But either way, it just the rhythm of the
this
lineup.
Season. Yeah, he's only let off once.
No, but he's talking about in the game. Did he bat first in the
Gotcha.
inning?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well, look, they came up with a 2-out rally.
Yeah.
They came up with a 2-out rally. They had 2 outs, nobody on, and ended up getting that first run in and the second run on the throwing error. So, yeah, it was a nice win. I just thought that, to finish my thought, I thought that Jake I thought he set the tone early, and the lineup just, it rolled through a little bit better. Now, granted, they didn't have Skubal or Framber Valdez on the mound, which I think also helped a little bit, but it just looked better. It looked better. Yeah,
they didn't walk as many guys from the pitching side as they did the first 2 nights either.
And to me, that's the simple explanation for losing the first 2 games, although we'll get into that. And because I know a lot of people want to blame the rookie manager. Before you blame the rookie manager, I want to go to something that happened Saturday night that probably went right past everybody. But in the 6th inning, Vasquez was 1 out away from completing his journey. You knew that was his last inning. And he had 2 outs, bases empty. All of a sudden, 2 guys got on base. Tying run came to the plate. My first thought was Mike Schilt gets him. He is not being allowed to get that last out. I love Craig Stammen said, I need to see you get that last out. He was clearly, I don't want to say he was scuffling, but you could tell he was kind of reaching the end of the line. And I'll grant you, the guy hit the ball pretty hard, actually. Manny made another, Manny play over there, third base, turned it into an easy force play. But I just like that mindset for my starter to say, look, get that last out. He got it. I think that helps you down the road. I really do. So give a thumbs up to Stammen on that one.
He did stay with it. I don't necessarily disagree with you that Schulte might have had him coming out of that game in that particular moment. So, yeah, I don't disagree with that. It was just a better baseball game. If when you break it down, the Padres walked. I think Vasquez walked 3, and Mason may have walked 1. That was it, and it was just some high quality pitching, some good hitting, timely hitting. Padres out hit them 7. They had 2 hits. I mean,
2 hits.
It's gonna be tough to beat a team with 2 hits.
I would like to say I was thinking the same thing Chris did in that same situation. And because I was at the game, I was watching Randy Vasquez. And after one of those walks, he did look back towards the dugout like, are they coming to get me? And he realized no one was coming to get him. So then he went to work. And I thought that was a huge moment.
I think those things will help you down the road. I really do. Okay, so now we got 3 minutes, and then I want to get this done because it's stupid. But let's just go 3 minutes on, the 8th inning. in the second game of the series. The first game, I don't know that you can do a lot with. They gave up 4 in the first inning. Nick Pivetta walks everybody. You facing Scooble. That game, you can't. No manager is going to be able to help you win that game. The second game, though, is the one that people are going to go, okay, look, 2-1, 8th inning. What's Craig Stammen doing? Is he making mistakes? Should he brought in this guy? Should he got the lefty in earlier? Should he not have got the lefty in? I just think he did everything right in that inning, Tony. And I know you're going to out there go, well, Chris, you always, support the manager. No, I don't. If you've been around long enough, I don't always support the manager. But you go with you, right? I mean, come on. Yeah, but you go with the guy in the 8th inning who's your guy, and that's Estrada. Adam's not available. And I'll be honest with you, I thought Craig Stammen did a good job by playing a hunch to a certain extent after he walked the bases loaded to keep him in to get the next 2 outs. And then he went lefty. And look, your veteran lefty's got to win that battle. And he didn't. The kid beat him. But I don't think that was Stammen's fault. And it's just absurd that people ran away with that, Tony, in my mind.
It is absurd. I mean, it's not even honestly worth really addressing because it's game 2. At that point,
yeah, but he doesn't know what he's doing yet, Tony. Come on.
Well, fine. Even if that were true, and it's not. Even if that were true, and it's not, he's gonna learn from it anyway, right? I mean, it's game 2. Are we pulling a ripcord on guys in game 2? Like, it's silly.
I don't know.
Yes.
I mean, I read a lot of things between Saturday morning and when we got on the air Saturday afternoon. And thank you to the guys at Far Corner, by the way, Max and everybody for hosting us.
Yeah, Max.
We had a great day Saturday.
Tony, Chris legitimately ate a piece of the sandwich that they delivered us, and we were on the air, and he just went into food heaven. And I had to wake him up. I was like, hey, over here.
It was a food coma.
It was. It was so fun.
That is a feeling that I think everybody should experience.
Yeah,
no matter where it is.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Well, Craig Stammen obviously, can win a game as a manager. Tony Vitello, not so sure about that. We'll talk about the Giants' plight with Dieter Kurtenbach in a little bit from the San Jose Mercury News. But that was some basketball game yesterday. Hard because it was, 2 teams that most of us don't care for all that much, but they put on a show that we'll remember for a long time. More on the tournament. Gwynn and Chris underway. Happy to have you Monday, 97.3 The Fan.
2:18 on the clock. Tony Gwynn Jr., Crisello, Matt Skraby. Padres taking on the Gigantes, in a series of 3 before heading out to Boston for the home opener there.
Where it's supposed to snow Friday, right, Tony?
Yeah, snow is in the forecast. I did see that.
Yeah.
Should be awesome.
Well, it's quite cold in Philadelphia over the weekend.
Yeah.
And we know how Tony is, though. Tony never
loves the cold.
Tony never gets cold, yeah.
He loves it.
Do you remember the way do you remember what he used to wear when he used to sit up in the press box and do the show back in the day?
Yeah, he used to wear
ski
like
parka?
Arctic gear.
Yeah.
Like he was going to Antarctica.
It was incredible.
I don't know what happened, but it was freezing.
Hey, the forecast is a lot better, Tony.
It's picked up a little bit.
Yeah, it's on Thursday. It's cold, 39, but Friday it's supposed to jump to 64.
Okay.
Okay.
That's good to hear.
Okay.
Then Saturday,
Friday?
60.
All right.
Okay.
And a little bit of rain you might have to deal
yeah.
with. So
You're a
What
little
about
better
Pittsburgh?
there.
What's Pittsburgh looking like?
let me
these
look
days?
at Pittsburgh.
My goodness.
Hopefully Paul Skeens is actually going to, not duck the Padres. Actually, do we even want Paul Skeens pitching against the Padres? I don't think we
Pittsburgh's
do.
also looking good. My partner tells me over here to my left. So,
54 on Monday, 56 and 63. No rain, though. So,
couple 50s. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, not too bad.
Speaking of
A little chilly. It's all right, though.
speaking of
We'll
Pittsburgh,
make it work.
did we know that Pittsburgh's preparing to welcome the nation to the unofficial beginning of football season?
I do now.
The city's kickoff celebration. What is this?
Just give us a good go.
Just
at
read it, huh?
Just give us a good go.
All right, I don't understand. Beginning of football season, the city's kickoff celebration will begin with an unforgettable invite-only night of music. I want you all to go to odyssey.com/the night before, and then enter for your chance. You can win a trip to see. I see what this is a big thing coming up. Jason Aldean, John Morgan, Shane Prophet, and they're coming up in Pittsburgh. I don't know if you want more.
We're gonna have to read that again. So I can...
What do you want me to do? I'm trying to figure it out so I can get the people to understand it. I want them to go to odyssey.com/the night before. Find out about this and win yourself a chance to go see those great artists.
That was good.
There we go.
That was great.
I just wanted to clear it up for the listener.
Okay.
Trying to help the listener out there, Scrape.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know that Pittsburgh was kicking off the NFL season
I didn't
either,
either,
but I believe
but-
it's are they having the draft in Pittsburgh?
Maybe that's it. I don't know, but there's no
2026
date
NFL
on
draft.
here, so I want people to
I
go
know.
find out.
Chris, I felt that was an interesting read as well when I put it into
Well, I read it as best I could. All right.
Speaking of,
It is going to be
games,
in Pittsburgh, the draft. the NFL
Okay,
draft.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
Speaking of games,
Yeah.
what a game!
That was
Last
a game,
night.
man.
I was in stop 1 as that game
right
was
in your
coming to an
tour of Little Italy.
in my tour of Little Italy, I was on stop 1, and I tell you what, there is something about March Madness, sports in general, where something like that happens and it's universal, no matter what type of place you're in. If there's a TV and there's a game on, and a shot like that goes through, the feeling in the building is just, I don't know. It's one of those things that, like, when you're there, if you know, like if you've ever been in a bar, if you've ever been in, I don't know, any place that has a TV on, people are watching the game, and when that shot goes in, everybody jumps out of their seat. It was crazy.
Yeah, I jumped out of mine on the couch sitting by myself.
I was like, oh, this game's over.
yeah,
Duke
Kylie
got
the
this
dog looked at me
locked
like,
up.
what are you doing? And I said, well, did you see that shot? And she said, no. She went back to sleep. But
She went back to
there was nobody
That's-
there for me to react
That's the thing
to,
is
but
you want
had
somebody to have seen it,
right?
right?
When you're there by yourself, you just yell and then
That's
there's
true.
nobody around.
I was doing my I was making
That's all.
repairs, and we'll talk more about this in the
It
Big
was
Five, but I was making
something,
repairs
man.
on something in my house, and I had the audio on my phone. I couldn't see it. But then with them jumping around, I like had to stop what I was doing just so I could see what in the world happened, and it was insane.
Well, the thing to me is everyone's going to talk about this last play forever and ever, and we're going to see it a million times, and we should. I mean, it's right up there with the greatest shots in NCAA basketball tournament history.
That was deep.
I don't know that there's a shot that's ever been made that beats it, Obviously, in my own personal world, Lamont Butler's shot is going to always probably ring a little bit more. But
the shot that my man hit for Villanova to win the whole thing.
Villanova's was good. Here's my difference between last night and Villanova's. Villanova's shot came in a tie game. So if he missed that shot, they would have kept playing. The guy yesterday had to make it to, win the game. Otherwise, they lose and their season's over. So I've always felt like Lamont Butler's shot, the shot last night, when you're behind and you make one like that, I think it's, to me, it carries a little bit more weight. But the thing that made it special to me, and you guys were running around and you were fixing stuff, but if you watch the whole game, and I actually did, there wasn't 1 second of that entire 2-hour period where I thought UConn was going to win. Not 1 single second. Duke was so much better. They were UConn could not make a shot. They were 1 for 18 from 3. Their leading scorer, UConn's best scorer, did not score until 5 minutes were left in the game. Duke did anything and everything they wanted. The referees, as I predicted, and we can get into this later, sent Duke to the foul line time and again, over and over and over in the first half. And UConn couldn't get a call. I couldn't believe, actually, that during all of that in the first half, our guy Hurley was keeping his, somehow maintaining himself. But there was never a thought that Duke could lose the game until that ball went through the hoop. And I think that's what's going to make it even crazier as time goes by. It was a great game for UConn to win that. Really amazing.
Couple things. When you peel through the numbers a little bit, Duke was dominant. They did look like they should win this game. But, on one side, UConn was 1 of 18 at one point from 3-point land.
Yeah.
Like they couldn't make a bucket. And then they went down that stretch. I think they made 5.
4 for 5.
4 for 5. So, I whether it was the Duke's defense that led it or UConn not shooting the ball well enough, I don't know. I'm a Duke hater, so I'm going to think the other way, personally, in terms of another thing is Duke was in the same exact position last year.
Yes.
Like literally. And this is 2 years in a row in which they've had double-digit leads late and got walked down in both games. And as I heard an analyst say today, I think he said it perfectly. Duke was the better team both times in the last 2 years, but they weren't the tougher team. The tougher team ended up coming back and beating them. In this case, on a Steph Curry-like J from the big logo in the center court. It was ridiculous, man. That shot, and it hit no rim. It was like flush all net.
Yeah, you have a detractor on your shot.
One more thing real quick.
Yeah.
As much as I'm a Duke hater, I feel extremely bad for Boozer. I think it's Caden Boozer.
I do too. The kid whose ball was freshman. Pass was tipped away.
To see, and it wasn't just the Boozer. It was really all of them. To see those guys in tears, the way that they were, lets you know. Because listen, these guys are all probably paid pretty well. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't.
They're all making a couple.
They're taking well care of. But they do. It just shows you that these dudes do care a lot about.
And they're still
what
kids.
They're doing. And they're still kids, right?
At heart.
That broke. Listen, I have very rarely in my life ever felt bad for a Duke player, but watching Caden and his eyes just be completely red because he was just bawling his eyes out, that got to me a little bit. So
and
I do feel bad for those guys, man, because they, as Chris said, they were the better team. They didn't finish it though.
Nope, they did not. And give UConn credit. I mean,
one more thing, I hate that Shire on the sideline when that ball gets shifted over. He's calling for a closeout from a dude at half court.
Get out there!
And it was like, come on, man. And then all of a sudden it goes in. It's like, well, I guess you should have closed out a little bit.
Real quick, we have a detractor, Adam, on the chat. Not our Adam.
That's fine.
Christian Leitner says, hold my beer about the best shot. The UConn shot is up there, but it doesn't beat the Leitner shot nor the Jordan shot. I don't know that I've ever seen the Keith Smart shot. Those three are far more superior.
Okay, that's fine.
No way.
We don't have
First
time
of all,
to get into all
those
of
shots
it,
are way closer and like closer to the
Leitner's was a
basket.
15
And
footer.
it was off of a deflection of a defensive play.
They're all good for their own way, but there's never been a shot like this from half court to win the game when you're down a point to go to the final
Like
four.
all they needed to do
Christian
was
Leitner-
throw the ball down the court, and it would have been over.
Christian Leitner was cash money from 15 feet in, and he got that underneath 15 pretty much when he knocked that one down.
I got to be honest with you. We could go through all of these, and I appreciate Adam bringing that one up. But I think this one's going to last and maybe live longer than all of them. Leitner's has had an incredible shelf life. There's no question about that. But like I said, the circumstances of this game, there was never a chance for UConn to win. And the one thing that UConn taught me and anyone else watching and anyone who plays a game out there, no matter what sport, no matter how bad you're losing, no matter how bad it's going, just keep playing.
Keep playing.
It doesn't always work, but if they had stopped playing, they wouldn't have been in position to do what they did. So just keep playing. And every now and again, something like this can happen. You can win an incredible game. So, kudos to UConn, even though I hate to give them kudos. I'm looking at the game next week. I see that Illinois is favored. Illinois looks really good. They really do. But there's a mystique about this UConn, program. And somehow Illinois is going to have to find a way to beat that and keep it down and finish the game. And it's not going to be easy because I'm sure UConn has a belief now, Tony, that is off the charts since they won that game. And I wanted to add one thing that you said about Caden Boozer. Attention, Rory McIlroy, who runs to his car. Attention to all of these guys. Not I'm picking on him, but let's just say all of these guys that go hide in the training room. And there's a lot of them in every sport, Tony. You know what I mean? When it doesn't go your way. This kid's 18 years old with tears in his eyes, blood red, answering questions about this play. Everybody can take a lesson from that, I think, because it could not have been easy. And he looked in the camera and he said, I tried to throw the ball. He tipped it. I turned it over and I cost our team our season. That's what he was feeling. But he shared that. Yeah, a lot of guys don't. Mad props to him for that, for sure.
For sure. All right, let's
Sorry,
get
my
to a
eyes
break.
just rolled into the back of my head.
Dieter Kirkenbach joins us next. Talk a little Giants. 3-game set. What will his thoughts be?
Oh, I can't wait.
I don't know.
We'll wait and see. More Gwynn and Chris.
tonight, first of a 3-game series. Dieter Kurtenbach, who's our Bay Area guy from the San Jose Mercury News, he'll be joining us on the SDCCU fan hotline in a moment. It's not big bank banking. It's better. Dieter in general doesn't really think much of the Giants. So it'll be interesting to see what he thinks of them now after the start to their season. You guys know the last team that got swept in a season opening series scoring 1 or fewer runs. Do you know who that was? Yes, it was the Padres. 10 years ago, you guys I think we all hopefully forgot this. The Dodgers beat the Padres 15-0 in the first game.
Opening day.
And then shut them out the next 2 days as well. The Padres went 0-3 that year and didn't score a run. Just so you Giant fans are aware, that Padre team went on to win 68 games that year.
I think Ulysses Chassin was the starter that day.
I'm not sure, but I'm just saying that season didn't turn out too well. We don't know how this Giant season is going to turn out, but I'm curious to find out, what Dieter can tell us about the Tony Vitello experience, because it's off to a shaky start for sure, Tony. Gwynn Jr.?
Yeah, it has been off to a little shaky start. Some I don't know what the right word is. Weird, maybe too strong, but just like seeing some of the press conferences after, some of the comments, it's just, I don't know. I'm not there, so I don't want to. I don't want to judge.
Now we're gonna let Dieter judge.
Yeah,
Dieter will judge. He can judge.
Definitely gonna let Dieter do some of that.
He'll do some judging, but I know that Vitello himself said he thought he himself was too rah last week, and said that the guys were playing maybe too emotional. And somebody passed that along to Robbie Ray, and Robbie Ray said, "No, that's not true."
He said we're all big leaguers. He's like, we're all big leaguers.
Yeah.
So listen, when you see comments like that, or the other day he pinch ran for Willie Adames down 2, and he ends up pulling him out, and then they ask Willie about it, and you get comments like, "Hey, he's the manager; he can do what he wants."
Yeah.
It's not lining up well. It's not lining up well.
Is anybody unhappy about that?
Yeah. By the way, did he really think that his speech was going to move these guys in such a way that they'd be too emotional to do their job?
Yeah, I don't know.
Apparently, what manager has ever done that?
Apparently, they ran through a wall out the locker room and said, "Hey!" Apparently, it didn't work. But anyway, Giants-Padres tonight. It will be Landon Roop for the Gigantes, and something for us all to look forward to tonight, Tony. Certainly Walker Buehler making his Padre debut. So we'll talk more about that part of it, but going to kick things around here with our guy from the San Jose Mercury News, Mr. Dieter Kurtenbach. Dieter, always great to have you on the show, joining us on the SDCCU fan hotline. And your thoughts. Yeah, I'm just going to give you the general floor for a moment, Dieter. We've been waiting so much to have you on. Let me just give you the general floor for some quick thoughts on the first series of the year, and we'll take it from there.
Oh, it went great, right? They were fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. It's everything I could ever hope and dream for, watching a baseball team score 1 run over 3 games. It was great. And not only that, we got to watch it in just a variety of ways, like on Netflix, which was a mockery of the sport.
Yeah.
And then during the day when they had 1 hit, everyone's like, okay, we'll do it again. We'll do it again. That didn't even count. That was Major League Baseball's thing. Here's our opening day, 1 hit. And then the next day when Tony Vitello is just like, oh, damn, I have to do something? Oh, okay, let's just pitch to Judge here. Let's see how that goes. It did not go well. He dented an ambulance over the left field wall. So they're just churning along. This is Giants baseball as I knew it. They've actually never been more back, if we're being honest. This is everything that they were last year, just right out of the gate. So no false preconceptions, no fake hope. They're just doing Giants baseball right off the jump, and at least they're honest about it.
Wow, how do I follow that up? Dieter, let me ask you this. Obviously, I think there are a lot of eyes on the Giants from the standpoint of the hire that they made. It's a unique hire. There aren't very many college coaches making the jump from college to the pros. Outside of this first 3-game set, which I can clearly hear didn't go well, what has been the general thought on Tony Vitello and how this team may or may not kind of be gelling with him?
Well, no one dislikes him. I'll say this. He's a very charming guy. I don't think there's anything fake about him, which is a departure from 2 managers ago with Gabe Kapler, who was just simply fake in all things and just it emanated phoniness in like a really kind of uncomfortable way to be around. And that was the case even when they were successful. So then they went to Bob Melvin after that. You guys know as well as anybody. Bob, not exact. Bob is authentic. Bob's real. You're also not quite sure if Bob's with you all the time. And that's something you have to deal with. So they were clearly just going from one direction to the other. I like Tony. I think Tony's a genuine dude. He was obviously very successful at Tennessee. It's going to take $1.62 or I guess $1.59 more to figure out what the hell that means in Major League Baseball. Early returns are not looking great when it comes to how the Giants are playing, and that is ultimately what he will be judged by. I'm not picking up any of the energy that he was supposed to bring. It's only been 3 games. I've only been around for 2. I'm not picking up this Tony ball that they're supposed to be playing. This, we're going to be a pain in the butt for every team. Maybe it's just because the Yankees are really, really good. It's not like they're going out here and getting their butts kicked by the Twins or the Rockies. They're going out and they're losing to one of the better teams in baseball. Like Aaron Judge got him. Shocker. He gets everybody. But and the top 2 in that rotation are nasty, and Will Warren is no scrub of a number 3, and that bullpen is awesome. But still, I mean, they didn't even have a fight in them for those games. And the whole point of the Tony Vitello experiment, at least as we were told by Buster Posey, was that this team was going to have fight and scrap, and they were going to claw. And all of that sort of apathy that it seemed Bob Melvin was emanating out of the dugout for the last 2 years, of where he's just there to punch the clock and make sure these kids don't get out of line, even though they're all like 30-year-old men, that Tony was going to bring a real scrappiness to this team. I didn't see any in the first 3 games. I'd be remiss to say that there was a lot of it in spring training, whatever the hell that's worth. So we need to, I can't remember, having covered this team now for almost a decade, I can't remember a second series that has felt more important than this one for the Giants. We're going to need to see something. They don't have to win. I just need to see something. And it's not like you're going to fire him come Wednesday or anything. He's going to get the whole season. You'll probably get another one on top of that. But what is this team? What are they doing? Because there's just nothing to hang your hat on. They're still bad at defense. They still can't hit a fastball, and their bullpen is still crap. So it's the same as last year. And if maybe you could gloss that over with a bit more fight or a bit more pep, or at least just being entertaining every now and again, that'd be something. But through 3 games, we got absolutely the opposite of that. And again, that's kind of the bill of goods that Buster Posey made this big, bold decision on, and he sold it to all of us as, well, he's going to bring some real fight. He's going to be the opposite of Bob. It looks like Bob might as well be in the dugout.
And the only thing I'm going to say in defense of Tony Vitello, because then I'm going to try to rip him a little bit, but it is hard to look excited when you only get 13 hits, right? When nobody's on base, you can't do a whole lot, and they didn't get much to work with. Dieter, how much of it is true, and how much of it is being forced upon us maybe to believe, when he says that he thought maybe there's too much rah-rah, and Robbie Ray says, hey, come on, man, we're all big leaguers. People are trying to make there's already a rift here. How much of this is true? How much of it is fiction? How much of it is when he came in, my perception from down here was that he was a guy that seemed like he had a lot of answers before he ever started, rather than coming in and say, hey, I'm kind of here to learn and figure this out the best I can. And he set a bad tone right off the bat. How much of that's true? How much of that isn't?
I'm going to disagree with the latter part. It almost seems to me as if he's been passive because he feels like he still needs to get a lay of the land. Okay. And to be fair, that might take a while now, given how different the landscape is. It's not like I get to choose the manager. I actually was a proponent of the move. It was a big, bold, brash move. Like, why the hell not? We can do some retread manager again over here, or we can try something big and bold. What did the Giants have to lose? They're probably going to be mediocre at best either way. So, like, let's try the crazy thing. But even I, as sort of the defender of Tony Vitello, at least in this market, and I think, again, it's an open-minded place. We're all Californians here. Like, we understand that you give everyone a chance. But even I'm picking up some vibes of like, oh, man, he might be in over his head in terms of picking up the lay of the land. Like, Saturday afternoon, they bring in a left-hander because it goes, the Yankees lineup goes lefty, lefty, Judge, lefty, lefty. He gets the first two guys out, specialized left-hander. Lefties can't hit him. Righties absolutely crush him. Bases are empty. It's the fifth inning of I think it was a 1-0 game at the time, 2-0 game at the time. Obviously, the Giants didn't have the two. And he's like, oh, yeah, let him go up there and throw. Like, that's lay of the land that my 3-year-old gets. Like, don't pitch to Judge in that spot. I mean, you don't have to intentionally walk him, but I don't know. Maybe some balls. Maybe we go outside the ABS zone for a while and put him on base, whatever. But you got lefty after that, and he's just kind of saying, okay, I'm just gonna get some data here. That's kind of the vibe I'm picking up from him right now. I'm just gonna watch this all happen and pick up some data, and then once I get like 20, 30 games, then I'm gonna start managing. No, that's what spring training's for. I understand that it's not a 1-for-1 replicant or even close to that, but like, you got to manage now. And I know there's not a lot for managers to do these days, but man, like him just sitting on his hands, not pinch hitting for Jung-Hoo Lee against a lefty when Jung-Hoo Lee can't hit lefties, like not understanding the platoon splits of Major League Baseball, not understanding you can't pitch a Judge in that spot, even if it's just one run that's going to be scored. Like it's all looking like a bit much to him. And the fact that they're all been, every error that's happened, he hasn't had a lot to manage, to your point. They've all been errors of omission as opposed to errors of commission. Are a little bit concerning because I was, again, sold on the bill of goods that he'd be doing the former, not the latter, not these omission errors that Bob Melvin did last year. And as for the clubhouse, listen, you're not going to tell a bunch of guys who make good money, right? Most of these guys on this team make good money. Fire and brimstone ain't going to work on them. It just isn't. And again, he was hired under this idea that he could galvanize this team. And I'm not sure, though it remains to be seen, if his message means anything, just in the same way that no message would probably do the same thing. Major league players are major league players. These guys have been in the show infinitely longer than him because it's been 3 games for him. And they know what this is all about. They just, in some ways he's right. Get the hell up out of the way and let them do their jobs. But then he's constantly given these rah-rah speeches before games and stuff. And the difference between college with a bunch of 18 to, I guess now 24, 25-year-olds, because heaven forbid we have any limitations, but have the difference between that and now talking to Robbie Ray, like guys who have kids, a lot of them who have kids, not just young kids, like second graders. The difference in talking to those two groups of people couldn't be more stark. And I'm not sure if he knows the right balance to strike between the two of it. It's going to be a long way to go. He is I'll give him this, unquestionably, very sharp dude. He's probably too honest with the media, which is something that I appreciate, even if he's going to be giving us all the wooden stake to put right into his heart time after time this year. I feel for the guy. He's kind of in a no-win situation right now, but that is only exacerbated by the fact that they have no wins and only 1 run through 3 games.
No doubt about it. Dieter Kirkenbach joins us of the San Jose Mercury News. And Dieter, let's all of that aside, this does look like has potential offensively to be able to put up some runs. I know they didn't do much against the Yankees, but when you look at the names in the lineup offensively, and what I like about the offense is you don't have the same guy up and down. You got some variety there. I think this offense could actually make some noise down, as we get going into the year.
I don't disagree. Like, honestly, this might be the best Giants lineup if we're just talking paper, maybe since 2014. Now, there's not, it's not like we're dealing with the Bronx Bombers here. It's the San Francisco Giants still. But, like, that it does say something, right? Like, and Adames did hit 30 home runs last year. Matt Chapman is still a damn good hitter, even if he's 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, 3 weeks on, 4 weeks off. When he's streaky and hot, he's somebody that everyone has to take notice of. He's liable to win Player of the Week in the NL every now and again. And then Devers, who is as professional a hitter as you're going to get, in the middle, you feel pretty good about that. What made me feel a level of optimism towards the Giants, which is a strange feeling that I'm still personally working through, though it's pretty much totally expunged right now, is that the bottom of the lineup had a chance to be interesting.
Yeah.
You have Patrick Bailey down there. Okay, Patrick Bailey is a god-awful hitter, but he is like clutch, so you can deal with it because he's also like an ABS savant and is I don't understand the advanced metrics for catcher. They don't seem to line up with my eye test, but people tell me he's exceptionally good at catcher. I'll take their word for it because I've never had to be in the crouch. So you deal with that at 8 or 9, but with like a Harrison Bader who has put good at-bats together in the major leagues for sure and has been a nice player at stretches for times, with the Jung-Hoo Lee maybe at the bottom. And then what got me excited was the possibility of maybe like a Bryce Eldridge, their top prospect, being down there to where he doesn't have big pressure on him to be like a middle-of-the-order bat, which is what he will be. Like that lineup got me excited. And meanwhile, today it appears that they're going to bat Luisa Rice fourth. So all of my excitement is gone.
Oh, I hadn't seen that yet.
Yeah.
I think third or fourth yesterday.
That's a little breaking news for you here. They're going to bat the guy with the sub 400 slugging percentage fourth. That should fix it, right?
Our fans loved him batting leadoff so much last year. I'm surprised. No, they didn't like him batting leadoff, but I know none of them suggested that the Padres bat him fourth. Dieter, we appreciate your time, man. You're the best. And, I can't wish you luck. I hope it goes 0-6, and then we'll pick it up from there. Maybe if they go 0-6, we might have to have you on again later in the week to see what else you're thinking about. But enjoy the season as best you can, and thanks for being part of our show as always.
Absolutely, guys. I'm more convinced than ever that they win 14-0 tonight.
It's happened before. He's funny. He said that the Padre team that we talked about, guys, that started with 3 straight shutouts, did score 13 runs in its fourth game, although that fourth game was in Coors Field. So anything can happen. I looked back on that 2016 Padre team. They went goose egg, 13 in the next one. So baseball is a funny game, and crazier things have happened.
I can confirm from my text messages over the weekend that every single Giants fan I know feels exactly like Dieter feels right now. Like, I've never seen a decision be such a what's the word I'm looking for? Help me out, guys.
What are you talking about? What's the decision?
To hire Tony, and I think I picked up on it. It's Vitello. Tony Vitello, like, no one believes in this. Like, the decision, no one really thinks.
They don't believe in it now because they're 0-3. Let's see.
Oh, I get that, yeah.
I think if people get jaded, in that little bit of time, they forget.
Could you
I'm not saying Tony.
Can you imagine our fans if they scored?
Well, that's why I said we needed that win the other night. It was a must win. I wasn't kidding. All right. By the way, Tony Vitello fans, Joe Gibbs, the Hall of Fame coach of the Redskins, started 0-5, and they were ready to run him out. And imagine that took a month and a half to lose 5 games.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah, he did okay after that. Gwynn and Chris, hour number 2 coming up.
Indeed, we are. Welcome to hour number 2. Tony Gwynn Jr., Chris Ello, Matt Skraby. Great conversation with Dieter Kurtenbach, San Jose Mercury News, getting his thoughts off his chest a little bit.
It's quite amazing. I mean, because Tony, you're kind of preached this to all of us. The 3 games is really ridiculous to put a full rating on anything. But, watching the Giants and then listening to, him, you wonder really if 3 games has been enough to cause, damage that's going to take a while to repair.
I think that Dieter kind of hit it on the head. It's whatever's happened is being exacerbated by the fact that they're 0-3.
Yeah.
Right. And so you kind of reset after you get a couple wins in your belt. Now, listen, it's not out of the realm that they lose another 3 before.
Yeah, 0-6 sounds
happens.
good. We'll send them on their way Thursday. Let them figure it out.
Are we doing Daily Gambit? You guys seem to be talking in the background when I.
Oh.
Yeah, we can do Daily Gambit.
Yeah,
we got some games coming up.
We can talk about we can have a segment. It's up to you guys.
Well, I want to talk about the ABS system a little bit.
All right.
more.
Well, then, yeah, that's probably better. We'll put the Gambit in the next segment.
Because
for those of you,
let's talk about the ABS only first weekend of the season.
I know.
Yeah,
this is where I wanted to go with
same
this.
thing
This
with Tony.
I
think it's the same with Tony Vitello. I think we can come to full conclusions about the ABS already. Tony,
course.
Come on.
Of course.
I wasn't saying that ABS. Well, I think what irked Tony this morning is when I sent the Jeff Passan article and I said all hail ABS in my text.
Well, Jeff Passan, piece, and not everybody knows what he wrote about, but he did a deep dive. He broke down every percentage that you could possibly think of. The catcher's percentage of being correct, the pitcher's percentage, the hitter's percentage, what inning that it worked best. It was really crazy considering we've only had 3 or 4 games.
And here's the thing, is Jeff, as he writes that, knows that this is just the beginning data and that there's going to be a whole bunch more. But the people who read it will take it as concrete evidence on everything that's happened. And it's not so much the right or wrong. It's why are they challenging in this inning? Jeff Passan says that this happened. And it's like, that was a weekend of baseball.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to go that far, but
yes, you are.
There will be, though. That is my issue, is that there will be.
I do find it fascinating how this is playing out, because I didn't really know in the first Padres game, only Javi Baez challenged. There was no other ABS challenge. Then on Saturday night, we had challenges, galore. And Freddie Fermin was great at the challenges. Luis Campisano, great at the challenges. I'm convinced the catcher is the only one who should be calling these. Obviously, the hitter has to, but no pitcher should ever call this because the catcher knows.
Well, they don't always know, though, because I'm looking at Jeff Passan's and you can't argue with these statistics. The catchers are only right 62% of the time. The batters have been right 54%.
Okay, let me rephrase that.
I'm not disagreeing with you. It seems like the catcher should be right 100% of the time, but they haven't been.
Let me rephrase that.
If
the pitch misses down, the catcher is going to know about it because the catcher, for some reason, that's their sweet spot, the bottom of the zone.
I think the reality is what you realize is there's a blind spot, or there are spots that the catcher doesn't see well, and there are spots that the hitter certainly doesn't see well, right? I think the ball that's closer to the hitter, right, is going to be easier to read than the ball away from the hitter. Up and down are going to be tough. I think the hitter's going to have an advantage on the ball that's closer to his eyeballs, which is the ball up, versus the ball down. The catching one is interesting because although they're in the crouch, I bet you the majority of the ones they miss are going to be up. They're going to be up and on the corners. You know what I'm saying? The one that Kyle Riley got over the weekend, I don't know if you saw it. It was like a lefty on left. The ball kind of scraped the front end of the plate, and he called it a ball. And then he challenged it. As it turns out, it caught a piece, and it was like an example of a great challenge. Jeff Passan had that one in there, but I just think obviously after 1 weekend of baseball, it's going to change. The hitters will not. At this point, and maybe it's that they're not going to challenge as much as they were challenging in spring training. but the hitters were below 50% in spring training.
Hitters were 42% this weekend. 42. That's not very good.
Okay, so 42. I thought you said 52.
No, it's 40. I meant 42. The catchers were 64, which is not a guaranteed, but it's better than
way
50.
Better than the hitters.
Right. The hitters were only 42% right.
Toddy got one wrong. That's one I can think about.
42%. I mean, Aaron Judge got one right and then hit a home run. So, there's times when it's going to work out for you. The only thing that I can read into it so far, Tony, is that there's been 175 challenges issued. Only 5 of those have come from the pitchers. So the pitchers aren't even trying it, right?
Well, pitchers have mostly been told not to.
Right. So they're not even doing it. It's been 170 out of 175 have been either a catcher or a batter. So you can almost leave the pitchers out. Secondly, in 47 games, which is how many have been played, that averages out to less than 4 challenges per game. I was concerned that there might be 4 challenges every inning. So
there can be. I could see that. I could see in certain circumstances it could be like that, but it's not going to happen often.
CB Buckner's not going to home plate umpire every game, he's only once in a while.
I only think it happens if you get to the end of the game. If you get to – because what you are seeing is no one, even on calls that seem pretty obvious or missed calls, they're not challenging them early. They just aren't. There was a few that were a half a baseball off, and although there were some thoughts of it, they're not going to do it. So that's the thing, is there's still going to be human error involved in this game until you get to the latter innings. And if a string of bad calls happens in the latter innings, they're going to challenge that until the wheels fall off.
One of the other things that I think is interesting in the Jeff Passan article, although, as we said, it's going to change as time goes by, 42 of the challenges have been decided one way or another by less than a half an inch. And so to me, that is like, is that really where you should be challenging? Because that to me is not in the spirit of why they put this in. That is such a close call that when you're challenging, you don't even know what the result's going to be. You're just kind of hoping. Less than a half an inch.
Yeah, no, I think it says two things. I think it says the umpires are really good, but
yeah,
this is part of it, right? It's no different than the instant replay. The guy slides over the bag. I mean,
right.
It sucks, but we live with it, right? You are happy you have that instant replay though when a hellacious call happens in a big point and you can overturn it, and that's what we have to remember. It's the same with this. All these calls that are half an inch. We had one that was less than 1/10 of an inch off the plate. And those suck, right? That's not what it's for. But when you get one that's egregious, like, my man, Eugenio Suarez, back-to-back calls, we're going to all be happy that we have that.
I just love how C.D. Buckner's so annoyed by it, too.
He was so annoyed.
Batter challenge.
Well, unfortunately, C.D. Buckner is going to be outed to everyone else. Tony already knew this. I'm sure Jesse called enough of his games. He's not very good at calling balls and strikes. And now we're all going to, be aware of that. But so far I'm okay with it. It hasn't, it certainly hasn't affected the game that I've seen. There was one argument yesterday. Let's talk about it a little more in the Big Five, but the manager of the Twins thought that the Oriole pitcher didn't ask for the challenge soon enough. There was one big humor moment where Randy Arozarena just challenged and then ran to first because he knew he had walked. He didn't even wait around for the decision to be made. I thought that was pretty funny. But overall, it's been good.
Here's another thing that I think is going to be strange going forward is like career stuff that happens. Like Tatsuya Imai, his first career major league strikeout is going to be through an ABS call.
Okay.
So it's very strange how things are going, but I really enjoyed.
You're happy with it.
Yeah. There are some people saying this is going to ruin the game and we can't hold it in the same regard. And I'm like, guys, get over it.
Nobody believes that.
No one believes that, except for the old heads, as Tony would say.
I'm an old head.
Are you trying to pin that on me now?
No, because
I'm an old.
You're progressive. You're okay.
Get off my lawn. You know how old I am.
I know. I don't want to say you're 42 years old, Chris. Very nice.
In the hunt.
The one thing that really bothers me, and I will say this all over and over and over and over and over, and it will never change, is that a millimeter of a ball could touch the strike zone on ABS.
Well, that's what I just said. That's why I said 42 times that's happened already. And I think that that's not the spirit of it. But
I
you
missed that
have
part.
you have to have that, as Tony said, if you're going to be able to challenge the one that's 3 inches outside. It's an egregious mistake.
There was a guy.
So you have to put up with it, but I don't like those either.
There was also a hitter who had the bases loaded, and he totally got struck out on the pitch, and he challenged it, and it was like the worst challenge pitch ever.
It wasn't that it was the worst challenge, because I think he knew it was probably a strike. But again, was it the use of going home?
It was the late in the game. Yeah, I thought maybe we could get a
game.
run out of this. You never know.
All right.
Who knows? Challenge it.
All right.
The ABS ain't gonna get it wrong. But oh my gosh, can you imagine though? Like ABS like getting it wrong, like, and we finding out the next day or something like that.
Oh,
It'd be over.
Oh
People
man,
would lose their mind.
then we're gonna go into who's hacking the machines.
More important players would never believe it ever.
Yeah,
again.
but then you'd be like the NBA, which comes back the next day and admits all the mistakes they made the night before.
Right.
I don't understand that.
Yeah,
Like, why do you
weird.
do that to yourself?
Next up, check swing monitor.
Oh goodness.
Check swing monitor. They can do it. We need that, don't we?
Check swing.
I do believe that
it's being worked on in the minors already.
I believe it's already kind of in one of the leagues where they have and the crazy part is it's not it's 45 degrees or something like that, which is far farther than we think. It's basically like lining up to the, if I'm a right-handed hitter or a left-hander, it's basically like lining up with the third baseline.
Wow,
that's a long way. And I say you could really manipulate that if you stand in the back of the box. You got a lot further to keep going. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. That's why they're testing it down in the minor league.
Good. I'm glad to hear that they're doing that.
I think the other biggest story.
I think the thing you could do is come up with an actual rule, because there is none right now. Right, like the check swing, the 45. That's not in the rule book. There is no rule for what a check swing is other than an attempt at swinging.
I mean,
you know what you guys ought to do is take a look at a film from like the World Series in the 70s or even a little before. Guys used to take almost a full swing and turn, but they didn't really mean to, and they just call it a ball.
Really?
I mean, I've seen it on some of the old highlights. A guy will just go, whoop, nah. And they go, okay, ball.
What?
No, I'm not kidding you. Like you see it now, and you're like, that's a clear strike. It's not even an argument.
Matt Snyder put up a tweet. Matt Snyder put up a tweet, and it was basically, you think the umpires are bad these days? And he put up like a bunch of video of umpires through the years being terrible, and umpires are Matt Snyder, our guy Matt Snyder. But
they've gotten better.
Umpires have gotten a lot better.
They've gotten a lot better. I have one last thing, Tony, before we go. The amazing start of the rookies this weekend. And I know it's probably just coincidence,
it's 3 games, Kraft.
Well, look, Chase DeLauder, 4 homers.
Yeah.
Murakami for the White Sox, 3. They're only the third and fourth guys in history to homer in their first 3 big league games. Trevor Story was the last to do it before them. Weatherholt in St. Louis has a homer and a game-winning walk-off hit. That's crazy. A little crazy. Maybe it's
McGonigal would have had a homer too.
Right. Yeah, McGonigal had an incredible weekend against the Padres.
He would have had a homer if Jackson didn't snatch that one back too.
Jackson, party, party pooper.
I loved it.
Of
hit
course,
hater
that's
sounds
great.
better. He's a hit hater. That's good.
Hit hater. That's a good one.
But I think we should just come to expect this with rookies now. They're more prepared when they get here, right?
I can't speak for all of them, but I tell you what, that McGonigal kid was
impressive.
He was special. He was very, very impressive.
All right.
All right, let's get the break. I'm going to bounce out. I'll be back, though. We got a big 5 coming up. We got Padres Pen Pal.
Oh, man, that's going to be Tony, gear up. Skraby says there's a really mean question in there today.
Mm-hmm. Can't wait.
Yeah,
Can't wait.
We'll be ready for it.
Get to the break. More Gwynn and Chris on the other side. Here's some traffic.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 000466. For a full list of games and rules, play to 7.
Chris, hello. Yeah, we're here in Cooperstown for 97.3 The Fan. So excited, the induction weekend for the great Trevor Hoffman. What a class he's going in with, too. Let's take a look. Of course, Alan Trammell from Kearney High School in San Diego. And then, of course, the Detroit Tigers, great shortstop. Jack Morris in a Tiger uniform there, but I always remember him pitching that 1-0 shutout in Game 7 of the 1991 World Series for the Minnesota Twins. Maybe the greatest postseason pitching performance of all time. Chipper Jones, Padre fans remember him. Every fan of a National League team remembers him because he would come in and do damage to that team. Only the second #1 overall pick in the Major League Draft, Chipper Jones, to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. The other is Ken Griffey Jr. Vladimir Guerrero. Never met a pitch he couldn't swing at. And powerhouse hitter for the Expos and then, of course, the Angels at the end of his career. Jim Thome, over 600 home runs, mostly with the Cleveland Indians. And then, oh, yeah, the guy down here on the end who used to get all these guys out all the time, Trevor Hoffman, the greatest Padre reliever of them all. Two of the greatest outfielders in the history of baseball. Of course, you've got Babe Ruth right here. Ted Williams right over there. I was wondering who the third outfielder would be. And then, of course, it hit me. Tony would be upset if I didn't say that the third outfielder, who will someday probably be displayed right here between these two guys, is obviously Mike Trout. And this is the San Diego Padres locker room here in Cooperstown. Obviously, a couple of jerseys there and hats, gloves, all-star stuff. I think the most interesting thing in this entire display, though, especially this weekend, is a picture in the top corner of Angus Young. He's the guitarist for AC/DC, wearing a Trevor Hoffman uniform, obviously playing Hell's Bells. I know that Trevor went to many AC/DC concerts and was honored by sitting in the front row to watch AC/DC play Hell's Bells in his honor. But there's a picture of Angus Young playing Hell's Bells for Trevor Hoffman, wearing the 51 jersey right there. Chris, hello. Yeah, we're here in Cooperstown for 97.3 The Fan. So excited, the induction weekend for the great Trevor Hoffman. What a class he's going in with, too. Let's take a look. Of course, Alan Trammell from Kearney High School in San Diego. And then, of course, the Detroit Tigers, great shortstop. Jack Morris in a Tiger uniform there, but I always remember him pitching that 1-0 shutout in Game 7 of the 1991 World Series for the Minnesota Twins. Maybe the greatest postseason pitching performance of all time. Chipper Jones, Padre fans remember him. Every fan of a National League team remembers him because he would come in and do damage to that team. only the second number 1 overall pick in the Major League Draft, Chipper Jones, to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. The other is Ken Griffey Jr. Vladimir Guerrero never met a pitch he couldn't swing at, and powerhouse hitter for the X. 320 head of tonight's ball game. By the way, the lineup, Braden Soprano told me, Padre lineup came in at 11:30 this morning.
It did.
So
that was awesome.
Man, so early I wasn't even looking for it yet.
Craig Stammen had all Sunday to figure it out.
We will share it with you in a little bit. But time now to get into some daily gambit. We got some games coming up, and some interesting lines on some of this stuff. Over under for Walker Buehler strikeouts tonight. Let's find out as we get into a little gambito.
Do you like money?
I think about money a lot.
Do you like money without doing anything?
Winning.
Do you want to make money while watching sports?
I think Washington is immortal luck.
Washington! Woohoo! If you answered yes, this is your segment. Just don't blame us when you lose.
Nothing is ever your fault.
It's your game. Take it.
Gwynn and Chris go through the top bets of the day in The Daily Gambit on 97.3 The Fan.
Daily Gambit is our daily sports betting segment here on Gwynn and Chris. Please, everybody, gamble responsibly. We did not make any bets on Friday, so Chris, take it away.
Thank you. I do have one quick news note here. Chicago Bulls made a big trade earlier, like right at the trade deadline. They got a guard, Jaden Ivey.
Yeah, I remember that guy.
He's a big-time scorer, etc. They waived him today.
Yes.
Conduct detrimental to the team. Apparently, he posted a series of videos calling out the NBA for celebrating Pride Month.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's 24 years old. He's spoken about dealing with depression in the past. Don't know if that had anything to do with his comments. Chicago Bulls, though, not sticking around to find out.
Yeah, that's so. I just saw this as well. That's,
it just popped
crazy.
Up. All right. Let's get into some stuff tonight. Here's a surprise to me right off the bat. First bet of the week. Giants are favored by 1.5 tonight over the Padres.
You've got to be kidding.
Yeah, call DraftKings. I didn't make it up. I'm looking right. I looked at it 4 times to make sure I was right.
Did the DraftKings see what happened over the weekend?
Landon Roop apparently gives more confidence than Walker Buehler does tonight. I mean, I got to go with the Padres, right?
I'm not going to pick the Giants until they show me they can
can't get out of their own way.
I mean, Luis Ariz is the cleanup guy tonight, so
that is crazy. We'll have both lineups for you in a little bit. All right, Buehler over under 3.5 strikeouts.
Wow,
Buehler.
I feel like in the first
Buehler
over.
You don't even know what I'm referring to, do you?
Ferris Bueller.
Okay.
Bueller.
Yeah.
Ben Stein, right?
Ben Stein, yeah, the deadpan. That's a funny movie.
He is very good at deadpan.
Very funny movie. I'm going to go over. I'm going to have some faith in Buehler as well. 3.5 doesn't seem like much, but we did this all last year, and a lot of times guys don't make it.
Yeah,
it seems weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
Dodgers go for 4-0 tonight. Isn't that nice that they're off to such a good start?
I love it.
Isn't it terrific? And by the way, the only rest of the good news of the rest of the division, no one's won a game.
Yes, that's true.
Now, no surprise with the Rockies, of course, although they led, I think, all 3 of their games and then blew them at the end to the Marlins. I mean, it's Drew Goodman was hilarious yesterday. They showed his clip on MLB last night, the game-winning walk-off homer for the Marlins. He goes, Rockies are 1 out away. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit deep to right field. He goes, you've got to be kidding. That's all he said. Ball disappeared over the wall.
For him.
Yeah, Rockies.
You've got to be kidding.
Got to be kidding. All right, Dodgers 1.5 over Cleveland tonight. Sasaki is on the hill. I'm going to go with Cleveland. I think Sasaki's got to prove it to me. It's looked bad. So far.
I agree. I'm going to go with the Guards. I have no idea what to expect from Crybaby
Roki.
Sasaki. Your Crybaby is Shire the Crier.
But Shire rhymes with Crier. Sasaki doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
All right, here we go. I'll give you a Sasaki wager.
Okay.
See, this is a new one I hadn't seen last year. 7.5 over under. This is total number of hits, walks, and earned runs he allowed.
Interesting.
7.5 doesn't seem like very many. I mean, he could give up 4 hits, 2 walks, and 2 runs, and that would be 8. But your call. Over, under.
It's going to be over.
Sounds like an over. He may walk 8 in the first inning the way this guy's been pitching lately.
And then he's going to go to the dugout and cry.
Or he'll go 6 shutties. Texas in the women's final 8, Elite 8. Texas 9.5 over Michigan. Michigan's in the Final Four for the men. Can they get there for the women and join UConn in that regard? No. Texas is one of the really, really good teams. They win by big over Michigan.
What is the spread? I'm sorry.
9.5. Texas favored over the Wolverine.
I'll go with you on this. You know more.
South Carolina's 15.5 over Braden's Frogettes. TCU. Second year in a row for TCU to get to this point. I mean, that's good. South Carolina just, I don't know if women's basketball, they need some hope for Cinderella in their NCAA tournament, and it just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Nobody beats UConn. Nobody beats South Carolina. Nobody beats whatever, LSU or UCLA, whatever the top 4 or 5 teams are. Nobody can approach them. And, the men's side, I understand most of the teams are good now, but you don't get any high points in the women's tournament.
No.
And, I wish that happened, but it doesn't.
I agree.
Back to this game. South Carolina minus 15.5 over TCU for a trip to the Final Four.
Dawn Staley knows what she's doing.
Yes, she does.
I'm going to go South Carolina.
USC. I'm going to just take my girl, Veronica Sheffy, even though she probably only play 5 minutes. Hope TCU finds a way to hang in there. Lakers are 16.5 over Washington tonight.
Washington.
Funny designation. Luka Doncic will not play tonight because...
load management?
No.
Oh.
What is it? Technical
foul accumulation. Yeah, we saw that pop up earlier. Yeah, too many technicals for Luka. He picked a good game to miss, though. Might as well miss Washington game of all the games. That is interesting how it worked out.
I'll still take the Lakers. Washington's really bad.
They are.
Trae Young is going to score 35 and not guard anyone.
I'll go Lakers as well.
Spurs are 18.5 over the Bulls. Spurs have become really, don't forget early in the season, they beat OKC like every time. To me, the West is going to come down to the Spurs, the Lakers, and OKC.
I'm going to go...
You taking the Bulls, who just released Jaden Ivey?
I'll go with the Bulls.
That away.
18.5 is a lot.
That is. They just lost by 18 to the OKC the other night, so... I'll say they keep it close for fun. Like close for them will be 18. And then one more. College baseball tonight.
Wow.
Game to keep an eye on. San Diego State Aztecs. We haven't checked in on the Aztecs lately. They're 15-14, doing okay. 4-2 in the conference. They step out of conference tonight to play at 18th ranked Arizona State. Arizona State's favored by 4.5 runs. Come on now, put some respect on our squad. We already beat number 1 UCLA.
That is true.
Got to be able to hang with ASU. I'll take the Aztecs. You gonna be a hater?
No, I'll take the Aztecs. You gonna be a hater?
You have been many times in the past. All right, we'll see how those picks turn out tomorrow. There's our daily gambit. Coming up on the program, we have a Padres Pen Pals. Tony's coming back for it. Skraby tells me there's an incredibly rude question.
Yes.
That I can't wait to hear and respond to. So stick around for more Gwynn and Chris on 97.3 The Fan.
From the first pitch.
Padres Pen Pals. Got questions?
We've got answers.
I love how the opening of that segment talks about how, got to ask the experts. I always, whenever I hear that, I look around, where are the experts?
They're sitting in the room,
You
Chris.
mean me?
Us two.
Yeah, we're experts.
Well,
sure we are.
Tony's the amateur. We're the experts.
We are the experts. All right, Padre Pen Pals coming up shortly. But before that, we told you that the lineup, Craig Stammen, I think you're right, Skraby, had all day yesterday to think it through.
He's like, I'm not doing this anymore. It's submitted.
He couldn't wait to release it. Came out at 11:30 this morning.
Yes.
So why don't we share it with the fine folks out there?
Guess what, everybody? Jake Cronenworth is leading off playing second base. Fernando Tatis Jr. playing right field, batting second. Manny batting third, playing third. Jackson Merrill, center field, batting fourth. Bogarts fifth, playing shortstop. Sheets sixth, playing first base. Laureano left field seventh. DH Castellanos eighth. And then Campusano catching for Bueller.
All right, a couple of things about the lineup. One, Andujar sits out again, second game in a row.
That is interesting.
Also, Castellanos had a home run against Roop last year. That probably factors in to why he's in there.
He should have had one on Saturday, but Petco Park kept it in.
I was going to say, he got his first taste of hitting at Petco Park. A blast to left field.
Just a titanic monster.
It would have carried into the Philadelphia bleachers by
hit
30
the
rows.
bell.
Yeah, and it got caught. One last thing about the lineup tonight. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. If Campusano goes 0 for 3 again, you're just going to start hearing about it. I don't want to get there.
I don't know that we have I don't know that I'm telling everybody right now, he's going to be on this team for the foreseeable future.
Give me the Giants lineup and wait till you hear who's batting cleanup for the Gigantes.
You want me to give you the Giants lineup?
I'll do it. Willie Adames is batting leadoff. He'd be more inclined to be the cleanup hitter, but he's not. Rafael Devers is hitting second. Helio Ramos third. The slugger himself, Luis Arraez, bats cleanup for this team. Okay. Matt Chapman fifth. Young-Hoo Lee, Harrison Bader, Patrick Bailey, Casey Schmidt, the Aztec, batting ninth. Schmidt doesn't have a hit yet. 0 for 9. But, the Giants as a team are hitting 143. Their OPS is 388. OPS. That's lower than Tony Gwynn's batting average in 1994.
That's honestly
their OPS
to take.
It's lower than what Tony hit that year. But, again, look, the Padres are going to keep him down. Let's please send him out of here 0-6. I want there to be agony. Not only that, I don't want myself to have agony, and that'll happen if the Giants win. Because then the people will come on tomorrow and go, we lost to the Giants.
The Giants are not a bad. They're not a great team, but they're not a terrible team.
They're not going to go over this season.
No, they're probably not going to make the playoffs, in my opinion. But they're you can look.
We did
past.
discuss that the Rockies have a chance still to go over. They go to Toronto now, so that's probably 3 more losses. I also thought, the other poor team that went 0-3 was the White Sox, who are trying to improve, but they blew every game, and Milwaukee, and so they start 0-3. And the Marlins, man, they must have pictures of Rob Manfred, because the Marlins get to open the season with 3 at home against the Rockies, and now 3 at home against the White Sox.
Come on, why can't that schedule come this way? How lucky is
that?
Would you rather play a team like
you have to play everybody in the end, but it's just kind of a nice way to start when you get almost 2 series handed to you out of the gate.
I'll take a warm-up team.
Yeah, that's what the Marylands are going to do tonight. The Sheriff will face the White Sox. Our old friend Chris Paddock will be there.
I had a weird dream, Chris, and Chris Paddock was a part of it.
Sharing your dreams with me now? Are we to that stage in our relationship?
I had a weird dream that we were all arguing on the show about how it was a mistake that the Padres let Chris Paddock go, and I was like so behind it, like the Padres are gonna regret this. I have no idea why I had this dream, but Chris Paddock was my.
I wish you didn't remember it.
That was weird.
One other quick note: Ryan Weathers, our old friend, is pitching for the Yankees tonight in Seattle. Nick Martinez is pitching for the Rays tonight in Milwaukee. All right, let's step into some. Nope, they're going to step right into Padre Pen Pals. as Tony Gwynn Jr. gets settled in at the ballpark. And we take your questions on Padre baseball pretty much when?
We do. When
you can play the Open.
Right now.
Good. Nope.
Right now.
Yep.
It's time to ask the experts, Padres fans.
I was hoping maybe you can bring a little insight into it.
Write us, tweet us, Facebook us, send a carrier pigeon for Chris. He thinks they're cute. Padres Pen Pals begins.
Hurt the pelota big time.
Now on 97.3 The Fan.
If you love Mediterranean food, try Spiro's for authentic Mediterranean cuisine in Coronado or La Jolla. For dining or takeout options, visit spiroscuisine.com. All right, we have one very positive pen pal. We also have one very negative pen pal, and then one in the middle. So let's get started with the one in the middle. I clicked it. There we go. All right. Let's go with you first, Chris, on this.
All right. I'm ready.
Why are all the Padres managers and coaching staff so blinded by Wandy Peralta? I'm not even talking about Stammen. I'm talking about Schilt, too. It's clear to me Wandy is not, right now, made to be the high-leverage lefty. After Adrian Morejon, Chris, I'm going with Kyle Hart. What do you think?
Based on this weekend, Kyle Hart looked pretty good. Wandy did not have a great outing. Based on a much larger sample size, which would be like a whole career's worth of stuff, Wandy Peralta's much more reliable than Kyle Hart. People have a short memory. Kyle Hart looked great the other night. 6 up, 6 down, boom, boom, win the game. Wandy Peralta got beat by McGonigal. But I'm not ready to make that change quite yet. And you know what? I've heard this Wandy Peralta complaining for 2 years now. I just don't see it the same way everybody else does. Pitchers do sometimes give up a hit. Mason Miller's going to give up a few, too. It doesn't always mean that the guy can't pitch at all. I think Wandy Peralta is in the right spot right now. He's right after Morejon and leverage for lefties.
All right, Tony, they're going to go with Kyle Hart after Adrian Morejon. What do you think about that?
What I think about it is that
was that that was a giggle?
It was a giggle because my initial thought probably wasn't appropriate. I think that I would say that I would disagree with that idea for now. I mean, I'm not willing to base it off of one outing of each or 2 outings of each. I want to see a little bit more. I feel like Chris does. The numbers would back up the way that Chris and I feel. So yeah,
I'm pretty sure
he's entitled to his own bullpen.
Yeah, he can. But whoever that is, his bullpen, if he's going to run it like that, then guys are going to be changing roles based on every appearance.
Pretty much.
And that's just not how the best way to manage a bullpen. I mean, you can't say, well, you gave up 2 runs last time, so you're now my long guy. And, like Estrada would never pitch again based on his outing.
He'd get released.
Yeah. So I just don't think – I mean, we're being honest. I don't think that's the right way to manage a bullpen.
No, it's not. I don't think so.
All right.
You can make a change at some point if you feel it's – but how many people cringed last year when Kyle Hart came into the game?
Not me. I've always liked
Kyle
Hart.
Get out of here.
I have. I would much rather see Kyle Hart over Wandy Peralta right now.
We've tried,
it's not even about just the other night.
We've tried to change you, but it's still – leopards have their spots, and you are still an overreactor.
Wow. That was me being a leopard. That was me being a leopard. All right. This one is kind of angry.
Well, let's go. Let's save that one.
Oh, you want that one last?
Yeah, let's end with anger.
All right, let's go with the nice one here.
Give me the nice one.
I love they are giving Crone a chance to lead off for the Padres. I think it's a really smart move. He makes pitchers work, has enough power to scare a pitcher into being a little safer, and if needed, can steal a base or score from first. I've done the numbers research for you. Thank you. Please always send your numbers with your thing to me. Last year, he hit 248 against lefties and 245 against righties. He had a 726 OPS against lefties and a 752 OPS against righties. So basically right down the middle. Tony's up first. Should he be the primary leadoff guy?
Sure. I don't know that he's not the primary leadoff guy when a right-handed is pitching.
Is the question that he wants us to lead off all the time?
Righties and lefties because of his numbers.
No, I don't necessarily believe that. I think a good crone is one that you let him go in certain situations, certain scenarios, and then you protect him in other scenarios. And I think maybe having him out there leading off against lefties for now might be exposing him. And I think, having him hit lower in the lineup is probably it suits him better. But that being said, if he gets on a roll here, I'm definitely open to having him hit against righties and lefty in the leadoff spot. But I want to give him a chance to get to that kind of heat first.
Chris, what do you think? Do you think he should be the primary leadoff guy?
I don't know. We're 1-0 with him leading off, and we're 0-2 with him not leading off. I think that says it all.
Thank you, Chris.
Doesn't it? I mean, it's pretty clear to me that when he leads off, we win.
Yeah,
when he doesn't, we lose. Let's go. What are we waiting for?
Finally, someone saying the quiet part out loud.
Oh, man.
They did it right. I mean, having him open up against Skubal and Valdez,
would have been tough.
Leadoff hitter. Come on, man. That's tough. That would be tough for Lou Brock leading off. Come on. Those guys are tough.
All right.
I agree with Tony. It'd be great if it worked out, but you gotta settle into it.
You gotta wait.
Settle into it.
All right, Tony, you're up first on this quick one, and then we'll do the mean one. Craig Stammen got his first win over the weekend. He knew he was going to get a win. Basically, I'm paraphrasing this. Tony, how much do you think a first win actually means to Craig Stammen?
I'm sure it means a lot. I mean, shoot, this is first. It's probably no different than his first win, save. You know what I'm saying? Hold. I mean, I'm sure hold probably falls down on the total point, honestly. But
he probably didn't even know he got the first hold, to be honest with you.
But, yeah, man, I think it's probably a big deal. He got it off. Got that kind of done, is able to kind of move on from it after getting it done. And I think I think this team is going to be just fine. And I do wonder, though, because I have noticed in the first couple of games, the questioning of his decisions.
Oh, he was horrible in that second game, Tony. That eighth inning was a managerial nightmare. And we talked about it already today. So
and then him explaining everything. I wonder how long
he's going to stop
providing on all of us.
He's going to stop providing the information.
He may go Mike Schilt on somebody.
He explained in good detail. One time, I think he actually corrected. I think it was Kevin that was trying to lead him down. I don't know if he's trying to lead him down the path, but he was like, no, I think he threw in this particular situation, and then kind of moved on. So I just wonder if that starts to wear on him after a while.
Chris, what do you think? How much do you think it means for Craig Stammen to get first win?
I'll just put it in these terms. I think Craig Stammen slept a whole lot better Sunday night than Tony Vitello did. He still didn't have his first. You start wondering. So, yeah, of course you want to get it out of the way.
All right. Final one, and this is the one where this person's very upset with mainly, I think, me and Chris, because we were named in this whole thing.
Okay.
But it's okay. Just want to take a victory lap here and say I told you all Fernando was going to lead off this year. Hilarious. For weeks I was told by 97.3 and Chris and Skraby Fernando is not suited best to hit leadoff. Then he hit leadoff. Your guys' response? Well, all of a sudden, you guys love the move. Just be real with us. Don't feed us bull bleep. Y'all keep living in your fantasy world.
Did he say bull bleep?
I changed it to bull bleep.
Oh, he said the real world.
Yeah, I'll live in the real world, but hey, I'm just a fan who knows nothing, right?
Yeah, you are. Go ahead.
That's it. That's the question.
That's the question. I'll respond.
Okay, respond.
I'll respond with what I said already. They're 0-2 with Fernando leading off, so it's pretty clear that it doesn't work. Look, we might have said that we don't think Fernando is best suited to lead off.
We never said that. Yeah.
So let me finish. We might have said that he's not best suited, and I think we provided even some numbers to back that up. He's actually had better career statistics batting cleanup or third or whatever than he has batting leadoff. That said, I don't think we ever said it couldn't possibly happen. I think we said we would like to see something else, give him a shot. And I think it's going to be that way because it was the first 2 games. I don't know that you're dancing, a victory dance yet. It's going to be 160 more, and we'll see how much he bats leadoff. So, I think we know some stuff. I think, you think you know some stuff, and we'll see where it goes.
I like that. I like that little dig. Tony, but hey, I am just a fan who knows nothing, right?
No, I said he knows some stuff. Some.
Hey, even a blind squirrel gets it now.
Got one, yeah.
You know what I'm saying, dog? Yeah, you got you what? I don't even know if you got you what.
Right.
Yes, he led off for 2 games, the first 2. And the offense, granted, I want to keep preferencing this. Tarek Skubal, Framber Valdez.
Yes.
Both really
tough
good
guys.
But the offense didn't do a whole lot of much. You know what I'm saying? And so 1-0 versus 0-2. We'll see how it goes. I'm not sold that he stays there the whole year if there's not some offensive prowess there on those days. There's guys who can do it.
I don't want to sit here all year, like I did kind of last year with the Arise thing. I don't want to sit here all year and every time he bats leadoff, root against him. And every time he bats cleanup, root for him. I think Tony said, but I know I said, I think he's better suited for the middle. But I don't call that. I don't make that call. And I said, I think it looks like they're going to try some new things, and that's what they're going to do.
My response to this, because I was named in this, is we never once said this is what is going to happen. If you think it's not going to happen, then you're an idiot. We never said that. We never said that. Okay. And that really bothers me.
As a matter of fact, we probably danced around the fact that, he might not hit there. I don't think we ever came out. I don't remember you two ever coming out and be like, he's not going to hit leadoff. There's no way.
Yeah, we didn't. But as far as I'm just a fan who knows nothing, right? You need to really search inside of yourself.
No, he said he's a fan who knows nothing. He's being honest with himself. I think that's good.
Oh, okay. I see where you're going with that. All right, fair enough.
Yeah, he's solid.
I was going to say, do some inward looking at yourself.
No. I think that's terrible advice.
Yeah, Chris actually had great advice.
I have good advice, number 1. Number 2, he's a fan, which is short for fanatic. And this is how I want people to react. I want them to be passionate. And, he feels one way, we feel another way. I hope we're both right. I hope he hits good and, wherever he bats. Isn't that best for the Padres?
I also hate y'all. People say y'all.
Yeah.
Not a big fan of y'all. Bet you Tony Vitello says y'all.
Just something for you to hate.
I bet you Tony Vitello is a y'all.
What is it you don't like? The Y or the apostrophe or the ALL?
I just hate how it's like, hey, y'all, come on down here, y'all.
I think he just cast aspersions on all of the folks that come from the southern part of the United States.
I got some peach cobbler, y'all.
What's the matter with these people? They're very kind people.
You're really making mad. You're making the southerner Braden Brennan mad.
But he's from Southern California.
Sometimes.
Chris versus the fans next. 833-288-0973.
And what is before they try, what is the heat index they're facing? Do we know? Or
well, you could look up the Scoville on a ghost pepper.
Yeah.
It's one of the world's hottest. There's a couple of hotters.
Scoville's the measurement unit.
The X pepper and all of that.
Thanks for the education, because I did not know.
I've allowed milk and bread, but if I was asked,
tell us the actual rules of this. Like
the rule is,
see if you can do it. I guess
you guys alternate spoonfuls until one of you can't.
One of you can't do it anymore.
Yeah. That's not happening.
Until you can't do it anymore.
I will take one.
The winner, Skraby, has a jar of a couple of my jars.
I think they both are winners if they pass this.
I hate to say, yeah, of course.
There will be no back and forth. There will be one spoonful.
Now, this is the one that he has right now.
The 38,
maybe.
Okay. All right.
No, this right here, I've been putting on some of my turkey burgers.
Good stuff.
This is hot.
Okay.
Right, are we
All
doing
right,
it?
hold
Here we go.
All right. Let's
Adam's
do it.
ready.
This is a
There,
full
away he goes.
spoonful
God, he
of
does
the-
have a full spoonful for those listening.
Wait,
on
this is
I'm literally sweating watching him
That's
do
a
this
full
right now.
spoon?
That's a full spoon.
All right.
Sure.
That is a full
down the
spoon.
hatch we go.
All
All right.
right.
And man, he went the whole thing. He did not.
My
He did
turn?
not trickle that down the throat. He
He
just.
hasn't reached for the milk yet.
Skraby's coming over.
When does the heat kick in?
Oh,
I knew it.
When does the heat kick in?
Wow.
You better go, dude.
There goes Skraby.
They
Skraby,
both
are
did
you-
it.
did you swallow that, Skraby? Yeah.
That is some good stuff.
It's delicious.
delicious.
We're gonna see
Tasty.
it. I'm gonna watch you now.
I'm feeling it already. I am, are you?
No.
He's
Adam's
feeling good.
feeling nothing. All right, so take another spoonful, Adam. You'll win.
Oh, come on. Now we're double dipping.
Yeah,
he's all
you
one
can't put your
spoonful.
same
That's
spoon
not
in
what
there.
the
The competition's all about.
We always said
Spoonful
that.
two.
Yeah, go for
Oh
it.
yeah.
I always said that Adam Klug was kind of had a.
I at least used a different spoon. No double dipping.
All right,
I didn't know where I don't think
I
it
always thought
matters.
Adam Klug had a cold persona, but evidently it's just the opposite.
All right.
Big
He
boss
is
Michael
handling
Valenzuela
this.
in the
Wait,
YouTube
no,
chat,
dog.
by the way.
Which way though? You let half of it drip in your hand. Oh, okay.
Skraby, where are you? Let me see.
Okay.
I'm just looking at Adam, and Adam's not having any problem at all.
Look at you, Adam.
Adam is backed up.
College
But
boy.
this
I must tell you, Tony,
no,
that Adam has cashed the check.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
he did.
cashed
You said
his
I wouldn't be
check.
able to catch
I
you.
did.
No, you
I
cashed
sure
it,
did.
man.
You proved
cashed
me
it
wrong,
for
my
sure.
friend. I
Skraby,
gotta tell you though, this is further proof that whatever we got him with that
the
tie,
tie thing,
was
yeah, 'cause
super weak.
this is less than a 10, right?
He's over here having a difficult time.
You're turning a little
no,
red,
The tie
Skraby.
was just as bad.
You're turning a
This
little
hit me
red.
By the way,
faster.
this is delicious.
Oh my
Oh,
God!
he's
He's
going
going
for
another one. Yes. Come on, Adam. Wow, you're gonna have to come back in 6 months with like an 88.
Oh.
It's 38.
We'll have to go with the higher Scoville next time.
All right. Oh, wow. Look at this guy. He's talking
Drop.
trash now.
Well,
I haven't had a sip of milk or bread.
He hasn't even reached for it.
No, he doesn't
came out
even
of the
need the
gates
bread.
talking trash.
All right.
All right. Now
Hey,
I'm
man.
going to take another one.
What?
Well,
Why
you
are
got to
doing
hold
this
another
to
spoon.
yourself.
No, because I don't want.
You don't want Adam to say
He
he
adds
has
By the way,
wing sauce,
yeah, he
baby.
get the whole
Full spoon,
get the same
baby.
thing that look. He's dropping it all in
Just
there.
keep the studio clean.
It's all anybody's
Big
worried
boss
about.
Michael watching over here. Come on.
Woo, boy, Scrabe, get back in front of the camera. Your face is red, Scrabe, isn't it, Tony? Are you
I'm
seeing
sweating.
the same thing?
You are sweating. Your face is definitely.
Why do you keep doing this?
You're not feeling anything?
Adam isn't even
Anything?
moved over
I
there.
feel a 1 or maybe a 2 out of 10 here.
Wow.
Adam
That's ridiculous
Klug-
because I'm.
Wow. Adam Klug is a tough
Jamie's
son of
not
a
bent
gun.
over the trash can.
No,
over
I had
there.
to spit.
I was going to say, it looks like Adam Klug may be producing the rest of the show because he's fine. Scraby may need
Scraby's
to
going to
go
bed.
get
Bed. Yeah, you know,
assistance.
want
Frank-
the milk, dude? It might
Frank
work
predicted
better.
that.
No.
Oh, did he?
Frank
Scraby's having
predicted that.
bread.
Oh yeah, that Adam would just cruise through this with
Frank
no problem.
predicted this.
He did.
Frank on the last show.
I
said
know you
Adam
had
would
it
have
like
no
that.
problem.
He did.
I got a newfound respect from Tony Gwynn Jr.
Yes,
here.
you do.
So-
all right.
So Skraby has the prizes for you, Adam. You have one a jar of the ghost.
You can
pepper
have as much of this
salsa.
as you want at all
And
times.
the,
Yeah.
Mr. Lane's roasty 38 chili powder.
You should let me have that chili powder though. I think I do. I think I would do more damage.
Started
with
off
this.
giving me the mild. My
And what is before they try, what is the heat index they're facing? Do we know? Or
Well, you could look up the Scoville on a ghost pepper.
yeah.
It's one of the
Suspect.
world's hottest. There's a couple of hotters.
Scoville's the
Reaper
measurement unit.
and the X pepper and all of that.
Thanks for the education because I did not know.
I've allowed
Yeah.
milk and bread, but if I was
So
asked,
tell
I would
us
have
the
said no.
actual rules of this. Like,
The rule
Want to see if you
is
can do it, I guess.
you guys alternate spoonfuls until one of you can't.
Yeah, that's, yeah,
One
that's
of you
not
can't
happening.
do it anymore.
Yeah,
That's not happening.
until you can't do it anymore.
Fools.
I will take
And
one
the winner,
spoonful of
Skraby,
this.
has a jar
Yes.
of
Here it
a
is.
couple of my jars.
I think they
Products.
both are winners if they
Hold
pass
on one
this.
second.
I
The
hate to
winners.
say, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
There will be no back and forth. There will be one spoonful.
Now, I am.
This is the one that he has right now.
The 38,
Maybe.
Okay. All right.
No,
maybe.
this right here, I've been putting on some of my turkey burgers.
Good stuff.
This is hot.
Okay.
Right, are we doing
All right,
this?
hold on.
Here we go.
All right, let's
Adam's
do it.
ready.
This is a
There,
full
away he goes.
spoonful
God, he
of
does
the-
have a full edition of Padres Pen Pals today. I'm sure I made a lot of friends there with that last answer, especially whoever it was who wrote the question in. Welcome back to Gwynn and Chris Crisello. Tony Gwynn Jr., out at the ballpark. He'll rejoin us. He left again. He was here. He's left again. Tony's everywhere. You gotta watch that guy. Somebody put a bell on him so we can find him.
Put a bell on him
for Tony. I'm joking.
It's like a dog,
right? Yeah, put somebody get a. Well, I think that was a Mike Myers line in Austin Powers. Mini-Me was running around, and Mike Myers said, "Somebody put a bell on him." So I
don't remember that, but
locate him. Yeah. So we got Chris versus the Fans though right here. If you want to play some trivia, well, by all means, let's play some trivia. 833-288-0973. If you win today, you'll be qualified for a chance to win the grand prize, which is a 2-night stay at the Fontainebleau, Las Vegas. You'll also get $150 resort credit. I like that. March is here in the Fontainebleau. Las Vegas is the place to catch every game. High-energy watch parties with expansive screens, great food and drinks, exclusive room rates, plus the pools and the day club are open. Book your stay today at Fontainebleau, Las Vegas.com. All right, so let's play some Chris versus the Fan. Before I get to it, I want to throw one note in because, I like this amazing stuff, Skrabe.
Amazing.
Left fielder Joey Weimer of the Washington Nationals got an infield single tonight in the first inning. He is now, for the season, 7 for 7 with a triple, 2 homers, and 5 RBIs.
Wow.
He's also walked twice. So he's been up 9 times. He's been on base all 9 times. This is the Nationals' 4th outfielder. Here's how much they think of him. He's batting 9th tonight.
So they don't think much.
Not much, but he's yet to make an out this season. His current OPS, 31.43 for the season. Joey Weimer.
I do love ridiculous numbers.
I like crazy stuff like that as well. And fantasy players are all over the country are running to look up Joey Weimer right now.
Oh, yeah. I drafted Joey.
I'm sure you did not.
I didn't.
I don't think anybody did.
No.
But, it's pretty hot, pretty good hot streak. I just want to look up one thing before we play the intro music. Joey Weimer's career batting average coming into this year is .216. But can't get the man out right now.
That is why baseball is the strangest
sport.
Isn't that
the craziest thing?
Because in football, a random is not going to catch
very rarely
9 catches for 180 yards.
That can happen. I mean,
but those people.
I'll take you to a guy named Timmy Smith, running back of the Washington Redskins, then, who nobody had ever heard of, and started Super Bowl 22 and ran for 206 against the Broncos.
All right, that's fair.
And then he disappeared into the sunset after that.
See, if Weimers were to do this in like one game, okay, but
no,
you're
right. He's on a hot streak. Yeah, he's 9 for 9 for the season, or 7 for 7 with 2 walks.
That's crazy.
Triple and 2 homers. It's hot. We'll see what happens. We'll keep an eye on his next at bat as we go to Chris versus the Fans.
If you had one shot, one opportunity to take down the human almanac himself,
howdy do.
Now is your time.
Listen to me, this guy is dangerous.
Now is your opportunity to win a prize.
Well, I hope you know what you're in for.
Chris versus the Fans starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right. Chris versus the Fans. You need the rules. You have to make it through 3 questions. Each question will get more difficult as we go along. If you get the question right, you move on. If you get it wrong and Chris gets it right, you are eliminated. But if Chris gets it wrong, then you move on to the next question or you win if you're a first-time player. That was a good one. Let us know before you get into the first question, and you will get that question for free today.
Joey Weimer is from Sylvania, Ohio.
Do you think they make the headlights there?
Maybe, but you're an Ohio guy. So you went to University of Cincinnati.
Oh, let me see where
you might know
Sylvania
this guy.
is. Sylvania, Ohio. Let's go check it out.
Joey Weimer.
That's a very nice apartment in Sylvania,
Is this
Ohio.
good? Is this, by the way, is OPS plus of 837? Is that good?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's Joey Weimer right now.
That's pretty good.
Pick him up while you can.
Actually, it's near the Michigan border, so it's way up north.
Very good.
All right. Read the rules. Ready to go. Let's get our first contestant, Martin from El Cajon. Hello, Martin.
Hey, Martin.
Hey, happy Monday, guys.
Hey, you too. We should also ask in case his name could be Martine.
Is it Martine?
No, it's not.
Okay.
Oh, okay, great. No,
I like how he matter of factly said, no, it's not.
Because we did have a Martin Perez last year.
It could be a Martine.
I want to do it
it's
right.
All right, it's Martin. All right.
All right, here we go, Martin. Question number
Here
one.
we go.
How do you activate the ABS challenge system?
Oh, brother.
You tap your head.
Correct. I think that's
Twice is the one you have.
Does it have to be twice? What
It
happens
has
if
to
you
be
go
twice.
3?
I guess
Then
you
they
could do
don't
3, but you
regard
have to make sure that the twice is to make sure that you meant to by touching your hat or something.
I get you.
But yeah, so anyway, here we go. Question number 2. Which Padres player was the first to cross the plate and score a run for them this season?
Ooh, Laureano?
Laureano. Oh, stay there.
Not correct, he says. I'm trying to think. They lost the first game. Oh, it was 8-2, but they did score on an error. And I had stopped watching the game, honestly, when it was 8-0.
Well,
so I'm going to just guess Cronenworth. I don't remember. Oh, good for you.
Wow.
Good for you, Martin. You're still
it
alive.
was Fernando Tatis Jr.
It was. All right. Did not know.
Off of a Zeta
Laureano
Bogarts
was
double.
the first with, I believe, it was a double, but it was an unearned run. Fernando got on an error. Right. Okay.
Yeah, but you're right. Laureano was the first home run for the Padres this season.
All right. Martin's still in there.
All right, here we go. Question
Going
number
to the final question.
3. Which NBA team has the longest drought of... I wrote this question weird. Hold on. Which NBA team has the longest drought of not winning a playoff series currently in the NBA?
Haven't won a playoff. So they've been to the playoffs.
But
They
they
just
haven't won a
series. This could be almost any.
The Hornets.
Though, I'm sorry?
The Hornets, he said.
The Hornets?
Charlotte. He got it. Martin, way to go. I had no idea. You
Martin,
got that.
stay
Nailed
there.
it.
We're going to have to get your information in the break.
Nailed it. Did you know it, or was it kind of an educated
let me get
guess?
back on. Hold on.
Martin,
there you go,
just
Martin.
curious.
I thought you mentioned it. I thought somebody mentioned it last week.
Well, you very well might have. That does happen on this show from time to time.
It does.
Where what'll be a future trivia question gets thrown in there. So good job.
Nice
yeah,
job.
Hornets, I guess. Okay.
Nice job.
I would have gone the Wizards because I don't remember them ever winning a playoff series. Like ever.
I'm trying to think
But I'm
about
sure
that
they
too.
have,
But
but-
let me go look it up.
Anyway, good for you. Martin is going to qualify for the chance to go to the Fontainebleau in Las Vegas. Well done, Martin. Appreciate you playing today. All right, so we have a minute here, Skraby. I thought for fun, I'd go through some of the other Joey Weimers of the early season in Major League Baseball. Because I always get a kick out of early season numbers, stuff that is completely skewed. Like Saul Stewart, another one of these rookie phenoms. We talked about Chase DeLauder, who's already got 4 home runs. Murakami, the White Sox, already has 3 home runs. He's new to the major leagues.
Yep.
So he's a rookie in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about we saw what McGonigal did to the Padres.
Warm out.
Weatherholt, J.J. Weatherholt of the Cardinals, home run in his first at bat. Second game had a walk-off single, 2-run single to win it. So the kids have done all right. Saul Stewart is a guy that debuted with the Reds last year, but he's still a rookie. Off to a 700 batting average this year, 7 for 10.
That's
three doubles and a homer.
Manny's his mentor.
That's the guy.
Remember he hit a home run last year? It was like a streak of the Padres giving up a home run in the first at bat of the game.
And Saul Stewart stopped and hugged Fernando or something. No, he couldn't have. Manny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that. And the fans were like, man, he's done. You gotta
how
be a
could he ever be
competitor.
nice to someone?
Don't ever smile at a kid on another team. Manny. Owen Casey's off to a nice little start.
Yeah.
For the Marlins.
He had a formerly Padre way back when.
Was he?
Yeah.
I know the Cubs had him as a big prospect last year. They traded him this offseason to the Marlins.
Let me see where he was traded for in that.
He had a game-winning 2-run homer yesterday and had a game-winning hit in the game before that. So he's had 2 game-winning hits already in the first 3 games of the season. and he's
Casey,
5 for
Casey,
10. Casey.
he has he was traded in the Yu Darvish trade. The
Okay.
Cubs got Yu Darvish.
Oh, long
Victor
time ago then.
Yeah, the Padres got Darvish, Caratini, and Zach Davies, and then the Padres gave up Reginald Preciado.
Oh no.
Yason Santana.
Oh no.
Ishmael Mena.
Oh no.
And then the only one, Owen Casey.
So basically, we got 4 free years of Yu Darvish for whatever Casey's going to start doing now.
Pretty much.
And he's not even doing it for the Cubs. He's now on the Marlins.
I do love Reginald, though. Reginald Preciado.
You know who else is off to a great start? We should mention this. This is actually interesting. Guy is 6 for 13. He's got 2 homers, and he's leading baseball with 7 walks. He's a 3-time MVP, but we've all given up on Mike Trout off to a great start.
You know, our fantasy league
Halos.
is a big thing because I picked Mike Trout last year and I cursed Mike Trout all year.
Yeah.
Just wait.
No, look,
Just wait.
Skraby, you're singing a song of every fantasy player in the history of the game.
You're absolutely right.
You know, you get guys that you hope they're on a hot streak. They're not. So Trout, good start for him. Yandy Diaz already has 9 hits this year. That is more than the Giants. So good for him. Yandy plays for Tampa Bay. And let's see, Shane Langeliers.
Oh, yes.
He'd be maybe your MVP right now, hitting 500 with 3 homers already and 6 RBIs.
Did you mention, hopefully you didn't, Chase DeLauder? I think you did.
I mentioned him with the rookies, with that he's got 4 home runs.
Yeah.
Murakami's got 3. They are the 3rd and 4th players in baseball history. That's a long history. 3rd and 4th guys ever to homer in each of their first 3 games.
That is crazy.
DeLauder homered in first 3 and then did not homer in the 4th game. Murakami's homered in every game. He's playing his 4th game tonight. The only player ever who homered in their first 4 games was Trevor Story, then with the Rockies. So Murakami could tie that tonight if he homers. DeLauder already missed his chance to go 4 games in a row. But when you think of the history of baseball, it only happened twice.
Yeah.
And then it just happened twice this weekend. That's pretty crazy.
Kind of insane.
And it's 2 rookies.
Yeah.
Oh, well, of course it would be 2 rookies. They're playing their first game. Duh.
Wow.
That was a really stupid comment. That was what I get for hanging around with you too much.
I was just about to say,
it just
don't turn it
off.
on me.
It rubbed off.
I got to say, Martin.
Say something that bad.
You won. Please call us back.
Oh, he hung up. Yeah. You got to stick around, Martin, so he can get your info. So, call back so Skraby can get your info so he can dial you in on how to qualify.
I think the Yankees, I might have to double check this, but the Yankees started out the year shutting out the Giants twice.
Yeah.
And that was the first time in Yankee history that they started a year where they shut out the team twice.
You think that's a little surprising when you consider the Yankees have been around for a week or 2.
That's why I love baseball records, because there's
fun stuff happens.
There's stuff behind it.
All right, later in the 5 o'clock hour, this is something I'll look forward to even more than what I just gave you. I'll give you all the guys that are off to a horrible start. I like that part better. And there's some ugly guys. Ugly for the first weekend. Yep. More Gwynn and Chris coming up in just a moment. We got to think traffic, though, before we go there. Bottom of the hour, Big 5 with Tony Gwynn returning.
From the 855 Kent Ross Traffic Center.
Jr. coming up at the bottom of the hour with our Big Five. He'll be back with us from the ballpark. Skraby here and I at the Bill House Studios, where we know how. Earlier, Dieter Kurtenbach, San Jose Mercury News, joined us on the SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking. It's better. Dieter Kurtenbach criticizing the Giants as only he can.
Exactly.
Go back and enjoy that interview if you'd like. Giants are in town, taking on the Padres tonight. And we mentioned this in the Daily Gambit. The Giants are favored. Like, I don't see how that can be. After what the Giants did and looked like
I don't
this
understand
weekend.
it either. I really are they thinking that Walker Buehler is like that bad?
I think it's a pitching matchup thing where they think Landon Roop is the more, is the better choice over Walker Buehler.
Someone texted me a quote from Dieter on the interview saying about Gabe Kapler. He, quote, emanated phoniness.
Yeah, he wasn't a Gabe Kapler fan. I know
no one is, apparently.
Yeah, I think Tony liked Gabe Kapler personally. But
yeah, they were teammates.
I don't think
it was a different relationship.
They were teammates with the Phillies. So
I did hear from fans up there that Gabe Kapler loved to take credit for things and then kind of push it away when it didn't work.
Some people do that. All right. Give me a little NFL music, Skrabe. It's not quite, the draft, but they're talking so much draft. It's, what is it, April 23rd?
Yeah, we're almost there.
Not really. We're 4 weeks away, and I can't get away from the draft, but I'm going to get away from it now. Who do you got here as dumbest, or let's say dumbest, who do you got here for most annoying owner?
Ooh.
And your choices are Ravens team, I'm going to say team president / owner, okay? Your choices are Ravens team president Sashi Brown.
I don't even know enough about him.
He said today that the reason that the Ravens were criticized for rescinding the Max Crosby trade so negatively was because of a, quote, slow news cycle. He said that we got a strong and long relationship across the league. We have emphasized the importance of doing things the right way, and we will continue to do that. But when you have a high-profile transaction like this, no fault of Max, ours, or the Raiders, it just kind of played out because of this. There was nothing else to talk about, basically.
That's not what Max Crosby said.
Well, I'm going to give you your other choice. That's not the winner yet.
Okay.
That's just one of your choices. Here's your second
Honestly,
choice.
I wouldn't have said him until you told me that.
All right. Here's your second choice. Cleveland Browns owner Jimmy Haslam.
He is pretty annoying.
Jimmy Haslam, who 1 year ago said, quote, the trade for Deshaun Watson was a big swing and miss.
Duh.
Told a group of local reporters today at the NFL league meetings that Deshaun Watson now has a great chance and a fresh start with first-year coach Todd Monken. Deshaun has a great chance, fresh start, offensive-minded coach who has in his past been able to work with all kinds of different quarterbacks. So Deshaun has a great chance to do that now. We talked to him the other day. He said he weighs the least he has in several years. He's in great shape. We're really excited. Same guy that has embarrassed the franchise, I almost think beyond repair. Just the whole signing and the whole bringing in of Deshaun Watson. Jimmy Haslam doesn't seem to recognize that.
No. Jimmy Haslam lives in his own little world.
An own dream world. All right, so who you got?
Oh,
more
between
annoying?
Those three?
No,
there's
only two.
Sorry.
You got either the.
I was thinking Jerry Jones the whole time, but.
Well, he's just Jerry Jones is always in the running for dumbest owner. But no, this is a two-guy competition.
You know what?
You're going for the Ravens owner who blames the Max Crosby fallout on a slow news cycle, or the wishy-washy Jimmy Haslam, who now loves Deshaun Watson again.
You know what? I'm going to go with the Ravens guy is more annoying because Jimmy Haslam, he's just going to say this, and we're all just going to laugh at them.
Jimmy
Haslam's
Haslam's being Jimmy Haslam. The Ravens I don't like about the Ravens is this whole notion about we have a strong
You don't, though.
And long relationships across the league. Well, even if you did, you lost some of that with the way you handled this whole Max Crosby thing. I don't think anyone in football thinks that the Ravens didn't pull a fast one here.
They definitely pulled a fast one. Max Crosby said when he went for his visit, he didn't even meet the GM until later in the thing.
They never wanted to have him. They got him there to put pressure on getting Henriksen.
Hendrickson, yeah.
They got Henriksen, and they sent Crosby back.
Yeah,
It was weak, and we can all see right through it. The NFL obviously doesn't have enough tangible evidence, to prove it 100%. But yeah, Ravens lost a lot of respect, I thought, in that whole thing.
The Ravens themselves have covered up some pretty big time things, like the whole Ray Rice thing back in the day.
That was a good cover up until the video came out.
Now we're gonna punish.
We are mad now.
Now we're gonna punish.
We're mad now.
Yeah, they've had some that really annoys me.
That video we'd never seen that. What
this is surprising, and it's actually saddening to us.
All right, hear about this one. Here's a fun little NFL note for you. New York Giants football coach, fill in the name.
John Harbaugh.
Very good. Yeah, that seems a little weird, right?
It is, yeah.
We'll have to get used to it. Giants coach John Harbaugh said Monday during a coach's breakfast. I love this.
He's
sitting around having some sausages.
Shoving locks in his mouth.
Yes. Somebody asked him a question, and John Harbaugh said, well, he said, I'd love to take a look at Odell Beckham Jr. for a possible reunion with the Giants.
Are you kidding me?
Beckham has not played since 2023.
Oh, my God.
When he was with Harbaugh in Baltimore, he had 35 catches for 5 hundo and 3 TDs. He's only played 9 games over the last 2 years. Suspended last year for violating the league's policy on performance-enhancing drugs.
I'm done with Odell Beckham.
I am too.
I've been done with Odell Beckham. I don't like it when these guys just keep, I'll take Odell Beckham. It's like, can he still play? It doesn't seem like it.
Take him. Have fun. Have a great time.
Dolphins aren't going to. Dolphins did sign him.
They did it for a while. Sure, they gave him about 6 months worth of
Did he get
stupidity.
traded to the Rams?
Yeah, the Rams were before the Dolphins.
Okay, Rams were
It was
before
after he contributed to the Super Bowl. Then after he was completely done, the Dolphins said, hey, we got $1 million.
Come on out. Come on
down.
Yeah.
He played like 2 games, maybe caught a pass for the Dolphins, if that.
I remember he signed one of his deals in Bitcoin. And
I'm tired of Odell Beckham Jr., man. Odell Beckham Jr. got more mileage out of one catch than any player in the history of the sport.
Raw physical talent, it's there.
Well, the catch
His
was
numbers were not there.
It was one of the greatest catches any of us had ever seen. Okay. But nothing else came behind that.
I do love when he puts up his Bitcoin thing. He puts up the price of Bitcoin because he's like, hey, everybody, remember when you said I was an idiot? Not realizing that the Bitcoin price, fluctuates.
Big Five's coming up next. Stick around after we take a short break. Tony will return on Gwynn and Chris.
There's a difference between
color me confused, Scrape. I don't know why I thought that was the traffic intro. I was waiting for Kelly Danick to jump in with some information.
This literally has been in the computer since
I don't know
March
how I missed it.
for over a year.
Gwynn and Chris back on 97.3 The Fan. Chris Ello here. Tony Gwynn Jr. at Petco Park. Padres and Giants at Petco Park. And Matt Skraby here in the Bill House Studios alongside. I did want to point out before I throw to today's rendition of the Big Five. Did you see what happened in the Raptors-Magic NBA game last night? Skraby.
I did not.
So you have no idea what happened here.
Zero idea.
An all-time NBA record was set when the Toronto Raptors went on a 31-0 run.
Wow.
Against a good team. The Magic's like a decent team. They're over 500. All-time NBA record. They scored the final 24 points of the first quarter, and they scored the first 7 points of the second quarter. No team's ever had a 30 or more point run before in a game.
If you were to ask me, like, what was the record, I would say maybe 20.
Seemed like 22, 4, maybe right in there, but 31-point run. The Raptors went on to beat the Magic 139-87. It was a 52-point blowout, the worst in Magic history.
Oh, gosh.
There you go.
That's not great.
31-point run. You got it. And here was the funny thing. They put the stats up. During the 31-0 run, the Magic had 11 turnovers. Like, what were they doing?
Just throwing the ball,
right to the here. 11 turnovers.
Set this record, guys.
Yeah, we want to be a part of history, and so they were. All right, let's check traffic, and then Tony looks like he's ready. Let's get to the Big Five. See what else is happening.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com. Here's Kelly Danick.
This game day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser, Alpine Spring Water. Just a few things to mention here, guys. One of them is this crash the clearing stage northbound 15 before West Bernardo and an accident clearing from the Governor Drive off-ramp southbound 805. What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? They always bottle their Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source. And all of their bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from their own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source. I'm Kelly Danick with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
It's that time of the show when we check on the latest in sports. Only the most important topics and questions are brought to light.
Stop what you're doing and listen.
These news stories will astound and amaze you. The one, the only.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
The Big Five starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
And Chris and I are broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios where we know how. Tony down at Petco Park getting ready for game number 4 between the Giants and the Padres. But
when you say only game number 4, it just sounds like there's forever to go.
I love it. I love that we're in the midst.
I bet you Tony's ecstatic too, looking out at the calendar going, he's got 6 months of having a game every day. Right, Tony? Can't wait.
Haven't given it one thought.
They were handing out on Saturday night out of the game. They were handing out those magnets for your fridge with the entire schedule on it. So I put it on the fridge, stood there for quite a while being like early show. It's much different for Tony.
See, I can do all the complaining like before the season starts and even in spring training. But once season starts, I don't even look ahead. I just one day at a time.
No, that's the way to go.
Unless there's something that I know is coming up and I got to prepare for it. I don't even look that far in the calendar. Who we go? What road trip do we go up to after Boston, Pittsburgh?
I don't know. I don't know. And I do the same thing with the women's basketball. My wife will go, so what time are you guys leaving for Utah State? And I'm like, when are we playing Utah State? I don't even know. And she's already, she wants it on her calendar, but it isn't even on my radar yet.
That's another problem with me is I could stare at the schedule for like 4 days and I wouldn't know who's on the other side. Angels and Rockies and Diamondbacks in Mexico.
On the second road trip. All right, well, let's just get the first homestand over first.
You're right.
How
about that?
Number 5.
All right, I could talk about this for all 4 hours, but Mason Miller debuted his walkout song and entrance, and it was awesome. I love this so much, especially the song he chose. That is what made it for me. I can't even really begin to tell you how much I love this, guys. I'm not even a big entrance guy, but this is it. It sent me right back to my gym in high school as we were lifting weights for football. Just, are you ready? Pull, yeah! I'm so pumped up for this, guys.
Why don't you play it for everybody? Because I don't know that everybody else is even quite aware what you're referring to.
It's great.
So hilarious, great.
Inning. You know what time it is? It's time for Mason Miller.
He's walking down the stairs.
He's got Juan Soto's number 22 on, jogging in there.
He does. Here comes the best part.
All right. Yeah, all right. Oh, that wasn't the PA guy going, "Are you ready?"
No, that was, I believe his name is Jonathan Davis from Korn. I'm lowering the wrong one over here.
All right, so the song is by Korn.
Yes.
K-O-R-N.
It's called Blind.
It's called Blind.
Yep, that's what the song is called, Blind.
All right.
I'm just going to start with you, Chris, and then we'll go to Tony.
How much did I like it?
Yes.
I liked it a lot.
Wait, hold on. I need to turn off the actual video and go ahead.
I liked it a lot. I'm going to probably, I'm going to go old school and say I don't think anything's ever been as good as the original.
Hell's Bells?
Yeah. So I'm going to always probably compare everybody's entrance song to that. I don't think Edwin Diaz has matched it. I think Rivera, Mariano with, Enter Sandman was always pretty good, but I've always felt Trevor, the original. So I compare everything to Trevor, but it's good. I actually like Kirby Yates back in the day. He did a Metallica song as well. It's good.
But you know what?
It didn't get me beyond good because I didn't know who the song was by or anything.
He went from Nickelback to Korn. This is a huge growth moment for
Nickelback. What are you talking about?
His last year.
Last year he did Nickelback. Do you think he chose this, Tone? Did he choose this? Or
it's been a big thing.
I know. Did they work with him? Was it a collaboration?
That's his song. He picked that.
All right.
Yeah, and then they put together the light show, and then they put Reaper on the screen. Anyway, I'll shut up
Was
now.
Don Orsillo going, do you know what time it is, part of the act, or was that just a one-time thing, do you think?
I think it was maybe a one-time thing.
I don't know. We'll see.
All right. Tony, what did you think of Mason Miller's entrance?
It was fire. I didn't need to know, and that's what made it fire, is that I didn't know who Korn was. I mean, I know who Korn is. I didn't know that was them on the mic, but I also enjoy when guys are creative enough to kind of come up with their own lane. And I think that Mason executed that perfectly, from the walk in, the kind of slow walk. He kind of let it build before he started getting into his jog. He played it perfectly. Shout out to the Padres folks here.
Yeah.
Special effects up there. They killed it on that. I who grew up listening to Trevor always thought that was like the bar. I think a lot of guys reach that bar now. Chris mentioned Edwin Diaz. I think that's legit.
I love that one
there
too.
Ain't much. That is so good. No matter what uniform he has on, that walkout is legit. But Mason's is right there on that bar too. And it's again. I don't know. I didn't know none of these songs. Like I didn't know Trevor's. I knew it was legit though when he came out. I didn't know the Edwin Diaz song, but I knew it was legit when they played it. That's how I felt with Mason's last.
Can I just add one thing though?
Sure.
I mean, not that he's going to, well, maybe he will. He's that good, but you got to be good, right, to make your walkout song worthwhile.
Yeah.
So in a lot of ways, it remains to be seen. If Mason Miller somehow struggles, which I don't foresee happening, then the song becomes
it might go away
to
too.
That
it might go away too.
Is all I'm saying.
I can't remember which
so you kind of have to wait. I don't
theirs
expect that
taken
to
away.
happen. I expect this guy to get a save every time, and he probably will.
Korn, thank you for the 1 million listens of that song over the weekend, because I know I did about 500,000 of those listens.
Number 4.
I still get chills.
Can I ask Tony a question? Because I think he played when this all was happening. The advent of the walk-up song to the plate. Is there a history to it? I mean, they never had it when I was a kid. Steve Garvey came up and the organist went, there was no.
I want to say it might. I want to say it might have been Barry that started it.
Barry Bonds. Okay.
He had next episode, maybe I think he was coming out to in San Francisco.
Okay.
But it started when my dad and those guys were playing. I mean, my dad never had a song, but as he was kind of coming out,
that was kind of in that time. Okay.
Yeah, guys were definitely starting to do it.
I could do a little history look up on that later.
Yeah, that's a good. I would enjoy hearing about that.
All right, I'll see what I can do.
ABS, the automated balls and strike system, was used wisely by a lot of teams over the weekend, but I think there is one main issue we are going to see come up over and over again, and that issue is, did the challenging team challenge fast enough? We saw a few different responses over the weekend where Ryan Helsley of the Orioles, according to Twins manager Derek Shelton, did not properly activate the review in time because he kind of like hit his head and then it was weird. And then Derek Shelton got ejected over this.
Yeah.
Randy Arozarena, on the other hand, took ball 4 and then walked towards the dugout, taking his stuff off, and then challenged when he was about 5 steps outside the batter's box, heading down to first base. So, Tony, do you think they need to clarify the challenge activation rule? The rule is within like 2 to 3 seconds, you have to tap your head.
2 to 3 seconds?
Yes.
Is it that vague?
I think it's 2 seconds.
2 to 3?
I think they're going to give them a little bit of time.
Just say you don't know, Skraby.
No, I read this earlier.
It doesn't sound like you read it.
Know.
You said 2 or 3. You said 2. Well, it just say I don't know. I'm not sure. Let me go back and look. How about that?
It's a vague rule as far as I can tell.
It is. I mean,
like I had no problem.
I can say that.
Randy Arozarena started to take his gear off because he was sure he walked, and it took him a moment to realize that he had been called, a strike, and that's when he challenged.
So that's probably when the clock starts. Honestly, like you can't. If a guy's taking off his gear,
roughly.
Okay,
sorry.
Let's hear the real rule. Go ahead.
It says, how long do players, this is MLB.com, have to issue a challenge immediately after the pitch, roughly within 2 seconds?
Okay.
Roughly.
All right. So it is going to be roughly.
That is, yeah, 2 or 3.
I think it has to, the timing has to, well, what's the question?
The question is, do you think they need to clarify the challenge activation rule?
No, we don't need to. Just like I think it's, just like I thought, as I said earlier, I thought it was stupid that we were having a list already done of best calls early. We shouldn't even be like, it's been it's been 4 games. I don't think we should be making decisions based off of basically 1 weekend of baseball.
Yeah, it's way too early, right?
It's crazy.
Jeff Passan wrote a piece today that you can read on ESPN.com that breaks down what inning they're calling for the most challenges. Like you said, Tony, you need a way bigger sample before any of this matters.
Why can't you guys just let it happen?
Why can't I let what happen?
Why can't you guys let it happen? You guys are the one answering the question at 3 games into the season.
I do think that this part of the challenge, I mean, I'm not talking about what inning they challenge. I think this part is going to cause lots of confusion.
I don't think it's causing any confusion. At the end of the day, that particular, who was that, Shelton that got kicked out?
Yes.
Shelton gets kicked out. If you go back and watch it, as soon as my man called ball, who was it? What's the closer's name?
Helsley.
Helsley tapped once. It was like a kind of a.
It was weird. It was weird.
It was like I want to tap. Oh, okay, yeah, no, I definitely want to tap.
Yeah, it was weird.
But it was clearly in the front of his mind, which is why he went to it so immediately. So I didn't get why Shelton was so bent out of shape about it. He was right to challenge. I think initially it was well within the roughly 2 seconds, and then they looked at me that he wasn't sure what exactly was being called. Once he figured it out, he was like, okay, let's go ahead and challenge. And then the other one,
Arozarena,
you're taking off your gear. You're thinking it's ball 4. Doesn't even know he's been rung up until he turns to make eye contact. Once he made eye contact, it was well within the
he
roughly
called it
2
right
seconds.
away.
Yeah. So I don't think these are as big a deal as everybody's saying. I think if it starts to be like situations that aren't like kind of those ones, okay, maybe we'll have a different case.
If you get a pitcher that throws a pitch, doesn't do anything, looks at the dugout, gets a signal, comes back and goes, now we have some issues. And because I know they don't want to use the video. I think you're also going to have to put a different set of rules in for CB Buckner than everybody else. Because evidently CB needs a different lane to work in.
CB was so annoyed.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, come on, bro. These are huge calls.
He
and you're
missed
getting them
so many of them.
2 in a row. And that was Chris's,
he definitely,
future.
He definitely, when my man did it the second time, when A.U. Henry did it the second time. Like,
he goes, batter challenge.
Yeah, well, look, get him right. I was honestly overall surprised. There was only, I believe, 94 challenges, or no, 150-something challenges. One more time. 175 challenges.
Whoa, what is it, Chris?
I know it. All right, I got it now. Duh. There was 175 challenges, 94 were correct. My point being, there was less than 4 challenges per game. And I expected to be like 10, 11, 12, and it really wasn't, or at least not yet.
I do feel like there's a little part of it where it's like fouling at the end of a game, There's a little bit of it's close, I'm just going to do the ABS because I can.
That's what you it's no different than these teams calling timeouts in the NBA once you get into whatever time. I mean, it's just you might as well take a look. You're stupid just to go to the end of the game in, and you didn't use
take
the
them with
challenge
you.
Yeah. What's that going to do?
Might as well take it with you when you go back and sit down in the box in the dugout.
All right, we need to speed up a little bit, but I contributed.
So far, so good.
Number 3.
I think I spent like 4 hours on Mason Miller's question.
Are you ready?
Are you?
Oh, there he goes.
Ready?
God. Amid a potential referee's lockout, I'm actually a little dizzy after I
No kidding.
that.
You just almost knocked yourself off the chair.
Dude, you are not 22 anymore, bro.
I know. I got a little head rush right there.
Careful. Don't hurt yourself.
The NFL is preparing replacement officials, Chris, for the 2026 season.
Why is it me?
Because you're our official.
Shouldn't this be? Oh, you think I should sign up?
Yeah, because they're willing to take anyone at this point.
Okay.
Training is beginning May 1st. Negotiations with the NFL Referees Association are at a standstill, which is alarming to owners. And to mitigate the risk of using replacement referees, which caused issues 14 years ago, owners will vote on a temporary rule. The centralized officiating command center can intervene on bad calls during a game. So, Chris, you're up. How bad a look is it for the NFL to use replacement refs?
It's really, really bad, considering the NFL is a multi-billion/trillion-dollar industry. Fork over a few bucks. The NFL already, I don't want to go too long because we're running behind already, but here's the simple thing. The NFL already has a problem with fans thinking the refs determine the outcomes of games. See Patrick Mahomes, see Kansas City Chiefs, see whoever it is that year that's getting all the calls. So they have a credibility problem. If they allow replacement refs to do their games, the credibility problem is going to reach a bit of a crisis point. And I think that they ought to be smart enough to see that ahead of time. And you know what? I know nobody likes to lose a negotiation, but what's another $500,000 to these owners? Just pay whatever you got to pay.
No joke.
Because your credibility is at stake.
Tony, what are your thoughts?
I mean, not only that, though, like among all the officials, they have the worst, I think, by far.
Yeah.
Like, and so why not start putting some money into these guys so you could train them to have better officials?
Yeah, why don't you train the guys you have to be better?
That's what I'm saying.
You're training people that don't even know what to do, how to do it.
I think Chris is right. I think this is. I hope Chris is right. I think I'm not sure that they'll end up seeing it the same way that Chris is seeing it,
right.
and acquiescing to whatever the officials are asking for. But on the if there's a bright side of this, you were saying that during these seasons, the command center will be able to help change
reverse stuff.
Maybe that will become something to stay from that point on.
Maybe that'll help. Yeah.
When they bring back the.
You know what's going to happen, Tony? If you have the command center there with replacement refs, every NFL game will look like CB Buckner is doing home plate.
That's true. I mean, it's
just
going to take
overrule
forever.
every play. So.
It's going to take forever. You know what? They just need that one piece of footage from that Monday Night Football game where one replacement ref said touchdown, the other ref said
that was called the Fail Mary.
The Fail Mary.
Yeah, the Fail Mary, and the Seahawks ended up beating the Packers.
It's the only evidence we need for replacement refs.
That's all, yeah.
Number 2.
49ers head coach Kyle Shanahan was recently asked by reporters about the upcoming trip to Australia to start the year. He said, quote, "I don't see any pro. It's cool for the league to play globally. I think that's awesome. But as far as the team doing it, no, there's not much benefit to it. Sometimes it's nice to get a bye week after, but it doesn't happen after week one," end quote. Is it really asking teams too much to start the season in a time zone, Chris, 17 hours from the Pacific time zone?
Well, I think it's Tony's turn, but
it is Tony's turn.
Yes,
You're right.
I don't like to go out of order,
No,
but
Tony,
I will.
Tony says you go.
He thought it was me, so he took a bite of food.
Yes, that's my bad.
A little behind the scenes for everybody there. You know what? I don't agree with Kyle Shanahan very often because I'm not a big fan, but I think somebody needs to speak out a little, and it's, I'm glad he did. The NFL's got to have a limit to this. And, we're already talking about Elon Musk and an NFL game being played on Mars. And it just seems like the NFL will do it if they could find a way. The league is so...
Well, there is a market share of Martians.
Whatever, I know. The league is so full of itself and its product. It thinks it can go anywhere. And, what Kyle Shanahan is saying, at some point you have to think about these players. You got the Seahawks playing on a Wednesday night now for opening day. You got teams, coming back from Europe without a rest, playing on a Thursday. Eventually, you have to, put the players in your mind rather than just sending teams all over the world. And I think that's what he's trying to get a handle on.
Tony, what do you think? Is it fair to ask these teams to travel so far?
Is it fair? I don't know if that's the question, honestly.
Is it asking teams too much?
Yeah, probably. I mean, a week one of the season. I mean, that's
you can get there early.
Yeah, but then you're behind on the time zone.
I
know. I know how crazy I felt coming back from Korea.
Yeah.
When we went. And, and it's a little different sport, but still, I think it's a lot. But I don't think there's any end to the NFL. I think it's infinity, honestly.
The NFL does not care that there's a statistic out there that says West Coast teams get their butts kicked, by and large, when they play East Coast games that start at 10 a.m. on their body clock. It's not a guarantee, but it happens often. They're never going to change that.
For as much as, we did that thing where we were talking about baseball, the ecosystem of baseball is a socialist thing, right? For as much as that may be true, the NFL is the exact opposite of that.
No democracy.
Right?
Yeah, players don't get a say. The players get a say, but nobody listens to them.
Even though they split the pot, and I guess in some ways the NFL is the same way, right? In terms of the revenue, they split it. The teams with less get more. The teams with more get a little bit less. Everybody's cool with it, right? But I think I think the NFL is just ruthless like that. So nothing surprises me. We already know they're trying to get 18. I was listening to Florio yesterday, or what it was, and he was talking like it was like doomsday for the players coming up, right? This 18, it sounds like it is. They're gonna make it happen.
But the good news is you only have to play 17.
Yeah, you can.
Right.
You can, which is what athletes really want to do.
Unbelievable that they're floating this idea and they think it's going to go.
All right,
number one.
This one's quick, but yesterday I spent about 6 hours trying to remove the old sink fixture from my bathroom and put in a new one. I spent 6 hours not accomplishing that goal, so I'm going to have to call someone to. I couldn't.
You're a fake handyman, dude.
No, I'm not. I got everything going. I got everything disconnected, but I could not move the bolt that was.
I got to be honest with you, Skraby.
That proves my point.
Yeah, even I can get everything disconnected.
I don't know about
it's
that.
the connected part that I have trouble with, and you have, and everybody else has trouble with.
No, the connected part wouldn't be the issue. It's me trying to get the old fixture out. I cannot get this stupid thing out.
Fugazi.
I was in a small crawl space. My neck hurts now. So my question is, Chris, when was the last handy thing you did? What was it?
I replaced a little sticker on my license plate for next year.
That's not handy.
I had to take a screw out of my license plate.
That is
stick
not
the thing
handy.
on. It took me about 20 minutes. I was pretty proud of myself when I was done.
Tony, what's the last handy thing you did?
What is the last handy thing I did? I like you. I took the tire off. That part I got that part
but you didn't get it back
on. So that's the last thing I did.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to accomplish this.
Does plugging in my radio gear last week count?
No, that's not handy. I thought you were going to say reprogram your garage, which is something you've done recently.
No, I've done that. I haven't done it recently, but I've done that.
I tried to.
All right. You're here with the handyman on 97.3 The Fan. Matt, the handyman Skraby is what they call me. We're going to get you set for this game between the Giants and the Padres tonight on the other side, 97.3 The Fan.
From the first pitch of the year to the biggest games down the stretch, Padres talk never stops. Roster moves, injuries, trends, and what it all means, I've got you covered. Lock in with me, Braden Suprenant, weekdays from 10 to 2 on 97.3 The Fan. San Diego's home for Padres baseball.
Do you know how many kids probably in their backyard pause before they go around third base?
I just was at a Little League game yesterday, so I saw plenty of it.
Oh, yeah,
100%.
see? Yeah.
Todd, you obviously have had some tremendous success in this league, but there's still a long way for you to go. I mean, what is it that you want to accomplish individually? I know we know what the end goal is for this ball club. That's to win a World Series. But for you in particular, what are some of the things you're focused on for yourself this year?
I mean, everybody knows, including myself, there's a next level to my game. And, I've been given a small portion of it, given a small taste to the people out there, including to myself. So, just bring that consistency of what I can really do in a baseball field on a long-term basis. And, hopefully compete for that MVP that I know I'm capable of. But it's a matter of fact, just really putting the work and staying locked in to really make it happen.
Yeah. Last thing for me, Fernando, appreciate this. So obviously, what does winning not one, but, cementing yourself as a great outfielder to win a second, glove, not gold glove, platinum
don't
glove.
shortchange my man.
Especially when you were a shortstop, right? I mean, people even kind of forget about this. You did this at a second position. What does that mean to you and just in being able to show people your dedication to your craft?
Man, a lot of hard work, a lot of great people around me helping me, to stay focused out there, to really practice on what it needs to be to get better as an outfielder. But man, it's just a true blessing, to people to see the hard work, to the dedication, see the the work that we're putting on the field, and really just glad that I made it happen that way, especially like you said, going to my second position. So just hopefully, trying to keep that good work and cement myself even a little bit more to keep winning it, or keep bringing that gold and platinum. So there's a lot of baseball ahead of me, so just looking forward to that challenge.
Last one for me, Toddy. You sent the Padre folks in a tizzy when you were doing so well in the leadoff spot for the Dominican Republic. They've been peppering Stam here, and if that is going to be the same
as
thing
if
here,
we get to write the name in,
right? Do you have a preference? I know you're going to hit wherever they ultimately ask you to hit, but is there a comfort level at a certain spot?
I don't really know, man. I don't really go where I'm hitting. It's just, I'm really a baseball geek. So I want to see, how is the best construction of our lineup look, and from there, I know I'm capable of checking in on whatever area that you want me to. So I'm more focused on that than where I'm going to be myself.
Right.
It's like
how the lineup works best.
Yeah, how can this offense work at its best? And, how can everybody check into their best tools? I'm more into that area. So if that's first or second, third, or fourth, I'm going to be there. So whatever my manager wants me to play the best baseball game this season, I'm going to be ready for battle.
It's a good thing he said that, because Stammen was with us early. Said Fermin's going to bat second. You're batting eighth this year. So I hope that's. He didn't tell you. Oh my God! It was just. I wasn't supposed to say. Thanks, Fernando.
Todd, we appreciate your time, man. Thanks for coming on, spending time. Welcome back, my friend.
Yeah, appreciate you, man.
Good to be around.
Do you know how many kids probably in their backyard pause before they go around third base?
I've seen. I just was at a little league game yesterday, so I saw plenty
and they
of
did
it. Oh,
yeah,
100%.
see? Yeah.
Todd, you obviously have had some tremendous success in this league, but there's still a long way for you to go. I mean, what is it that you want to accomplish individually? I know we know what the end goal is for this ball club. That's to win a World Series. But for you in particular, what are some of the things you're focused on for yourself?
Start the happy hour here, 5 o'clock hour. Gwynn and Chris, 97.3 The Fan. Happy hour brought to you by GL Pools, the company trusted by thousands of San Diegans to keep their pools sparkling, swim ready, expertly maintained. Call GL Pools now and say, Radio. Get yourself a free month of service. Tony Gwynn Jr. working it with us on the Big Five, and now getting it ready with Jesse. They got the first pitch at Petco Park tonight following Sam Levitt's pregame show, which starts at about 5:40 this afternoon. You can set your watch by it. Here's what I wanted to say, though, coming out of that timeout. Played that promo there with Mason Miller and the immaculate inning. Like, how does he not get one of those every time?
I
know that it's impossible, right? It happens once every 10 years. But he's so good, I almost practically get disappointed when somebody hits a foul ball.
Yeah.
You know, the other day, he walked a guy. I mean, it's honestly, it's unrealistic is what it is to expect that he's just going to be, you know, nobody can get on base against him, but it's kind of the path that I'm going down with him right now. And, you know, I know in my realistic thinking mind, he's going to give up some runs this year. He's going to lose probably blow a save or two. Hopefully the Padres will come back maybe in the bottom of the inning and win. But, you know, he's put such a performance, or, you know, since he's been here together, I just don't know how you can ever expect anything different from him.
I'm with you. I mean, so it seems like when he can locate, he can put it wherever he wants.
If he's throwing his fastball on a corner and then the sliders over the plate, you really might as well just go sit down. I don't even know why you're bringing a bat. And these are major leaguers. These are not, you know, Todd and Eric from Tom Ham's Lighthouse. I think I heard them promoting earlier. All right. This is funny. I don't mean to laugh at a poor guy who just got hurt.
Yeah.
And he got hurt, and it doesn't look great.
No.
And it's a comeback story of epic proportions, but you're going to see the highlights tonight somewhere, and you're going to laugh. So I'm just preparing you.
It's hard not to laugh, but knowing
what happened now,
injured.
Yeah, we don't know the extent of it. Anyway, here's the guy. The guy's name is Cody Ponce, Ponce. He's started tonight for the Blue Jays against the Rockies. It's his first big league game since 2021. Now, that is 5 seasons ago.
Yeah, that's a long time.
He went 0-6 with the Pirates in 2021, and he had a 2-11 career record. So he decided, let's go try to reinvent myself, and he went to the Japanese League, and he pitched for the Ham Fighters.
I love them.
You love the Ham Fighters.
I do.
Pitched for them in 2022, pitched for them again in 2023, went over to Rakuten for 2024, and last year he was with Hanwha in the Korean League. He went 17-1 last year in the Korean League, so earns him another shot in the majors, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Tonight was his first start. You get to the third inning, the Rockies had a man on second base and 1 out, I think it was. And you have to see this to get the full humor in it, but he lands and then just loses his footing, his balance, and he goes down like a ton of bricks, does a 720 roll, comes up throwing toward home plate, but it's too late. It's obviously a balk. He's laughing. Everyone's laughing. We're laughing because it really was kind of a funny fall. And
the umpire came out and said that's going to be a balk.
Yeah, I'm going to have to call that a balk.
Yeah,
I'm going to have to call that one a balk. I think the guy in the the 90th row could see it. So runner goes to third. Same batter, then hits a chopper halfway between the mound and first base. Okay, left-handed hitter, picture it, little chopper. Pitcher runs toward first base. That's Cody Ponce. As he reaches for the ball to try and field it, kind of eludes him, goes under his glove. He's trying to reach down. And then you see the same knee that he kind of lost it on the mound just gives way.
Yeah.
And now he goes down. And
hard,
unfortunately,
and
it didn't look good. They took him out of the game. You hope it's just something that looks bad and isn't, because you feel bad for a guy if he makes a comeback after 6 years and his first start, he's in the third inning and, it could all blow up on him. So we'll try to keep an eye on that for you, Cody Ponce fans out there.
Yeah, it is unfortunate because at first it was funny. And then we saw him lay
this
on the
guy's
ground.
from the guy actually went to Cal Poly in Pomona.
All right.
I wonder if Ben Higgins has any connection there. It's not the same age, of course, but Ben knows a lot about the
Ben knows
Sage
everyone.
Hens.
Wait, what?
The Sage Hens.
Is that their real name?
Cal Poly Pomona. Ask
The
Ben Higgins.
Sage Hens?
The Sage Hens.
I have never heard that.
Well, you should know it.
What is a sage hen? Is it like a very wise hen?
We work with a guy who's a sage hen. You can ask him directly next time you see him.
Does he have an answer?
Bet you he does. Ben's pretty much on this. I'll say one thing. If he happens to be listening, driving around right now, he'll just send me the answer and I'll give it to you.
Oh, well, maybe
Somebody
it's
else
a sage grouse. Maybe it's a type
Their
of
name
hen.
is the Sage Hens.
It's a type of bird.
Yes, I'm sure it is.
Okay.
Cody Ponce, our fingers are crossed for you, pal. Some other, a couple of news and notes here in baseball. Well, let's just get right to it. Padres, Giants. Couple of things that I did not know. Now, we know the Giants are 0-3. We know they've scored 1 run in the whole season.
Mm-hmm.
Their OPS is 388.
Yes.
That's their OPS, not their batting average or slugging. That's their OPS. They have Matt Chapman's got their only RBI, a single. It was like the second or third inning of the game the other night.
Yep.
And I think Young Hoo Lee doubled, yep. Matt Chapman singled. That bang. That's it. They had nothing else. So they're 0-3. But here's what I did not know. I mean, the Giants have been playing baseball. Matter of fact, I can kind of look this up just because I'm curious now myself. The Giants organization is one of the longest running franchises in Major League history,
if you
right?
include the New York Giants.
Sure it does. The New York Giants started in 1883. So the Giants have been going.
So Old Haas was on that team.
He might have
Old Hose, I'm sorry.
Old Hose. 1883 might have even predated Old Hose, for all I know.
I would love to go and watch a baseball game in 1883. Just to see what it's about.
Well,
it's probably not
You're
fun.
probably not going to get a chance to do it.
No.
126 years plus 17 more. So 143 years of Giants baseball, approximately, maybe 144, give or take my math there. The Giants have only been 0-4 once. That is crazy.
That is crazy.
And you got to go back to 1950 when they were the New York Giants. They started 0-4. So if the Padres beat the Giants tonight, it'll be the first time that the San Francisco Giants, who started play in 1958, it'll be the first time ever that the San Francisco Giants are 0-4. I was stunned when I saw that.
I'm kind of stunned by it too.
In fact, I feel like I read it, and now I want somebody like Jesse Agler to check it to make sure it's really true.
That they haven't started 0-4.
Right. They've had to be 0-4.
We saw it in a pretty reputable place.
I know. It was right on MLB.com. They put our MLB network. They put it right up there. So I'm going with it. San Francisco Giants have never been 0-4. Padres would like to, put them there tonight. By the way, if you don't recall, Padres crushed the Giants last year, 10-3 in games 1.
I do remember that.
Yeah, we own them. Anyway, something to keep an eye on.
I will be keeping an eye on that for sure.
That if the Giants go 0-4,
yeah,
sure.
Yeah, I'm going to watch that.
I'm already calling 0-6. Just send them out of town and make it as bad as possible. Sorry. We have to be greedy right now. We have a season to contend with on our own side of things here.
Of course.
All right. When we come back, I got players that are doing terrible so far early in the season. One of my favorite early season stat things. And we're going to hear from Ty France on what he and the rest of the Padres so far think of the ABS system. And we're also going to answer, before we go away, the origin of baseball walk-up songs.
Yes.
Because we talked about that in the Big Five. We didn't answer it. We have that for you. Don't go anywhere. Traffic is now.
From the 8-5.
Do you know how many kids probably in there? And thanks for the moment last year when you recognized that, was it San Francisco that was maybe sneaking a sign and you whipped the guy and, man, you came off the mound? We all felt that, man. All of us felt that.
I got to be better at my tipping, though. Hats off to them if they have it. They're doing their homework. It's part of the game, but I was happy I could get the upper hand in that moment sometimes.
We love that.
Sometimes it doesn't turn out to be that great.
You don't always get the hammer, and when you get it, you got to use it. You got to use it. Nick Pavetta joins us here coming off a terrific 2025 season. Nick, I know Stam has not announced anything, and I know you guys are going to go out, take the ball however it goes. Is there do you care at all? Is it special to be the opening day starter?
I think it's a special thing, and I think it's a great thing. There's a lot of great pitchers that have gotten to start the opening day, and I think it's very important. It's something to be, yes, it is important, but at the end of the year, or at the end of the day, what the most important thing is what's going on at the end of the year, and that we're in playoffs, that everybody together is coming together as a group, and everybody's achieving the same goal. I think it's not, yes, it's an awesome thing, but I think the group coming together and achieving goals that we want at the end of the year is the most important thing. Talk about Game 7 of the World Series, day one starter, that's what I want to be. Yes, of course. Those are special things, but yes, of course, it's an honor if that happens, but if not, I still put my head down and look forward to pitch whatever game against whoever. It doesn't really matter.
Nick, thanks so much for the time. One last quick thing. You said, and I believe I'm quoting when you said there was 5 people that finished better than me last year because you were 6th in the Cy Young. First of all, they weren't better than you. They just got a few more votes than you did. But that seems to be something that is, working for you to come back and say, hey, I'm going to try to get it this time. And I think that's a good thing. Using it properly to motivate you coming back. Yeah.
I very much believe that. I think if you're going to, like I said, compare yourself to certain people, even from, the Justin Verlanders and Max Scherzers, the DeGroms, everybody, if you're going to compare yourself to those guys, you have to set your standards at a higher goal, and you have to hold yourself to a higher standard. It's easy to say, yes, I did great, and I was very proud of how I did, but trying not to get too complacent, because what is it? It was 16 weeks ago, and now here we are again. And
here we go.
We're getting ready.
No one cares.
Exactly. So, and like I said, I think for me, the team goal, when the team's doing good, everybody else is doing good as well. That's the biggest thing. Team's doing good, everybody else is doing good, and everything else will settle in place. I think that's the more focus there. You don't focus on everything that happened, the other guys, what's going on. It's, did I go out, quality start? Did we get a win? Is everybody happy? That's cool. That makes me really happy at night.
Oh, yeah, great, Nick. Okay, thanks for last season, and here's to doing it again in 26. Appreciate you stopping by.
Thanks for your time. Appreciate you guys. Okay.
And thanks for the moment last year when you recognized that, was it San Francisco that was maybe sneaking a sign and you whipped the guy and, man, you came off the mound? We all felt that, man. All of us felt
that. I got to be better at my tipping, though. Hats off to them if they have it. They're doing their homework. It's part of the game, but I was happy I could get the upper hand in that moment. Sometimes
we love that.
Sometimes it doesn't turn out to be that great.
You don't always get the hammer, and when you get it, you got to use it. You got to use it. Nick Pavetta joins us here coming off a terrific 2025 season. Nick, I know Stam has not announced anything, and I know you guys are going to go out, take the ball however it goes. Is there do you care at all? Is it special to be the opening day starter?
I think it's a special thing, and I think it's a great thing. There's a lot of great pitchers that have gotten to start the opening day, and I think it's very important. It's something to be, yes, it is important, but at the end of the year, or at the end of the day, what the most important thing is what's going on at the end of the year, and that we're in playoffs, that everybody together is coming together as a group, and everybody's achieving the same goal. I think it's not, yes, it's an awesome thing, but I think the group coming together and achieving goals that we want at the end of the year is the most important thing. Talk about Game 7 of the World Series, day one starter, that's what I want to be. Yes, of course. Those are special things, but yes, of course, it's an honor if that happens. But if not, I still put my head down and look forward to pitch whatever game against whoever. It doesn't really matter.
Nick, thanks so much for the time. One last quick thing. You said, and I believe I'm quoting when you said there was 5 people that finished better than me last year because you were 6th in the Cy Young. First of all, they weren't better than you. They just got a few more votes than you did. But that seems to be something that is, working for you to come back and say, hey, I'm going to try to get it this time. And I think that's a good thing. Using it properly to motivate you coming back. Yeah.
I very much believe that. I think if you're going to, like I said, compare yourself to certain people, even from, the Justin Verlanders and Max Scherzers, the DeGroms, everybody, if you're going to compare yourself to those guys, you have to set your standards at a higher goal, and you have to hold yourself to a higher standard. It's easy to say, yes, I did great, and I was very proud of how I did, but trying not to get too complacent because what is it? It was 16 weeks ago, and now here we are again. And
here we go.
We're getting ready
No
5
one cares.
days. Exactly. So, and like I said, I think for me, the team goal, when the team's doing good, everybody else is doing good as well. That's the biggest thing. Team's doing good, everybody else is doing good, and everything else will settle in place. I think that's the more focus there. You don't focus on everything that happened, the other guys, what's going on. It's, did I go out, quality start? Did we get a win? Is everybody happy? That's cool. That makes me really happy at night.
Oh, yeah, great, Nick. Hey, thanks for last season, and here's to doing it again in 26. Appreciate you stopping by.
Thanks for your time. Appreciate you guys. Okay.
And thanks for the moment last year when you recognized that was it San Francisco that was maybe sneaking a sign, and you whipped the guy, and man, you came off the mound. We all felt that, man. All of us felt that.
I got to be better at my tipping though. Hats off to them if they have it. They're doing their homework. It's part of the game, but I was happy I could get the upper hand in that moment. Sometimes
we love that.
Sometimes it doesn't turn out to be that great.
You don't always get the hammer, and when you get it, you got to use it. You got to use it.
Yeah.
Nick Pavetta joins us here, coming off a terrific 2025 season. Nick, I know Stam has not announced anything, and I know you guys are going to go out, take the ball however it goes. Is there do you care at all? Is it special to be the opening day starter?
I think it's a special thing, and I think it's a great thing.
Everybody on YouTube, I want you to watch Skraby right now. Can I call what you're doing cornholing or
no? Gosh, no.
That's a sport.
Corn.
Yeah, that's the group though. Corn. That is Skraby's new favorite. I'm convinced now that Mason Miller's walking out to it.
Oh, Chris,
love corn all of a sudden now.
No, I've always loved them. I've always loved them because they were right there in high school, and it was like on all the time when
that
we
was
were
your
lifting
headbanger
weights.
music, kind of.
Yeah.
I like how you know I know the term headbanger. You got to be pleased with that.
They used to have a concert called the Headbangers Ball.
They didn't have that back in my day, but I do know of the Headbangers, and Corn is a headbanger, and hopefully we'll hear that song prior to the 9th inning tonight.
I hope so.
And, Mason Miller be coming in to lock down another save. Padres and Giants. We go to Sam Levitt's pregame show in about 15 minutes. One of the things that we talked about at length today with Tony and our Big Five, and everybody else is writing about it and talking about it, is the opening weekend of the ABS system. What does that stands for? Just automatic balls and strikes, I guess.
Right? Automated balls and strikes.
Automated balls and strikes. Thank you. If you're just joined us, they actually did all these stats. There was 175 challenges, about 4 per game, and about a little over 50% were accurate. More accurate if the catcher challenged than if the hitter challenged. So though the early returns are in. Ty France, San Diego Padres, was asked what his early thoughts are about the ABS before the game tonight.
You argue balls and strikes, you're gone. Now you get to openly challenge balls and strikes.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good tool to have. What the umpires do is extremely hard to be perfect. And I know I get the opportunity to talk to a lot of them at first base, and 99% of them are trying to be perfect. And I think one of the biggest things that this is going to be good for is the outrageous misses, the ones that are 3-4 inches off the plate. And you get an opportunity to continue your at bat. Now, I've seen a lot that are, less than an inch, which I mean, at the end of the day, that's hard for the umpire to, make that call. But I'm glad there's something in there that protects, the pitcher, the hitter, the umpire. Like they want to be perfect. And so this gives them an opportunity as well to know the zone and, try to be there.
Ty France, I appreciate you, man. Speaking like an umpire there. He's like,
he really is.
The umpires want to be perfect. That's true. But I still don't know that every umpire wants the ABS system, especially if you're CB Buckner and you're not perfect and you're missing like 6 calls an inning and the game keeps having to stop because of your ineptness or ineptitude or inept amundo, whatever else. Anyway, thank you, Ty France.
Did you?
I said what?
I moved.
I know, but now you got to try to figure out Tony's microphone when that usually takes him 2 or 3 minutes to do.
Okay, there we are. Did you say ineptitudeness?
No, I said ineptitude. I said ineptitude. I don't know what I said.
All right.
I know I finished with ineptitude amundo.
That's what I wanted to. Ineptitude amundo.
That's what I ended up
wanted.
with. So we'll see if there's any balls and strikes challenge tonight. But it's about 4 per game on average so far. As long as it stays around that, I can't complain. My concern was that there'd be like 11 of them every 5 minutes, and then that would get silly.
Yeah.
But so far, it really hasn't been that.
The only time that really happened was when Eugenio Suarez did it, but he should have done it.
Right, because the calls were that bad. Texas leads Michigan 37-23, middle of the third quarter. Winner goes to the Final Four and joins UConn and UCLA, who qualified yesterday. Skraby's got a question.
Yes, it actually came from the chat. Brandon, our guy Brandon, asked, what kind of reception does Luis Arraez get tonight?
Cheers.
Yeah, I think so.
Is there any? It wasn't that nobody liked Luis Arraez last year. They didn't like me because I was the one that said I liked him. And then all of a sudden that got everybody angry. I told you, I read a lot of the tweets I got.
Yes, you did.
I was the dumbest, on the planet.
Save that clip.
For saying that, I think Luis Arraez is good. I took endless for that. But I don't think Luis Arraez got any criticism. I think I got the criticism.
I think most people are just upset with him hitting in the second spot.
If I come up to the plate tonight, I'll get booed, but I don't think he will get booed.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I do too.
If people boo him, I'm going to be kind of angry because he did nothing wrong
no reason to boo Luis Arraez, please. Joey Weimer will not go without making an out the whole season. He started 7 for 7. He finally grounded out in his second at bat tonight, ending the perfect season that he was gunning for. He was off to a good start. All right, here's some Joey Weimers at the beginning of the season. You ready, Scrape?
Yes, I do.
I'm going to start with the kind of soft.
Anti-Joey Weimers.
These are anti-Joey Weimers. These are guys that are really good, but they can't get a hit right now. And it's only 3 games. We understand that. We're just intentionally making too big of a deal out of it.
Okay.
Shohei Ohtani, 1 for 8 with a single so far. That's it.
Okay.
Now, that's actually semi-newsworthy. I don't know how many times he goes 3 games without hitting a home run, but he didn't do anything this weekend.
I like it.
Yeah, I know. You like that. Let me give you a couple more on that side of things. Bo Bichette.
Yeah.
Welcome to New York, Bo. 1 for 15 with 8 Ks. They're already booing him. I like Bo Bichette. I like anything named Bichette because I was a Dante Bichette fan. But if you go to New York and you take all that money, understand maybe you could have taken the money and gone to Minnesota.
Yeah.
Because they don't boo like that after 14 at-bats in Minnesota.
Do you know what he said to that response?
Yeah, he said, I'd boo me too.
Yeah.
And that's a good answer.
It is.
But it still can't feel good.
I think he also said what took him so long or
He
something.
did. He did. He said, I'm having bad at-bats. So his attitude is right.
Yeah.
That's not going to make the Met fans feel any better. Julio Rodriguez is 1 for 15 with 6 Ks. He's one of the best players in baseball.
I don't know. His rookie year was so great. And he's still a good player, but doesn't seem like he's going to be that guy.
Hasn't gone on to greatness that we expected. Brenton Doyle, the Rockies, 0 for 11. That's not that bad because they start on the road. We know the Rockies can't hit on the road. Most at bats without a hit so far this year.
Let me guess.
All right. Former Padre.
Former Padre.
Yeah, not a Padre any longer. Off to an 0 for 15 start.
Can you give me the league?
He's in the American League now.
I'm not even thinking of it.
Josh Naylor.
Oh, I did see that this morning.
0 for 15 start for Josh Naylor. How about Ronald Acuna? 1 for 12 and only 1 walk. So he's been, nothing so far. Bryce Harper 1 for 11. Gunnar Henderson 1 for 12. The old Padre farmhand James Wood. Is it James? Yeah.
Yep.
1 for 13. Aaron Judge is only 2 for 13, but they're both homers. So you got that. He does have 7 Ks. So he struck out more than half of it as at bats. Schwarber's 2 for 13, but as a homer. But here's the guy who's doing the worst of all, I think.
The worst of all.
Yeah. The guy that's doing the worst of all so far, he's got 2 hits, but he's doing the worst of any hitter in baseball so far, considering what he did last year, which was historic.
I think I know.
Who is it?
Nick Kurtz?
No.
He's been pretty bad.
He has? Not this bad.
Wow, really?
The guy who I'm talking about, Nick Kurtz was not historic last year. Nick Kurtz won the Rookie of the Year. He was good. This guy I'm talking about was historic last year.
Give it to me.
I'm going to give you his initials.
Okay.
BD. Yeah, you're not going to get
it's
it.
Not Brenton Doyle.
No, you know why you're not going to get it?
Brandon Donovan?
Nope, because BD stands for Big Dumper.
Oh, big.
Cal Raleigh is off to a really bad start. Now, remember, last year, 62? Oh, I forgot about it.
I think it was 62.
62 home runs, right? Incredible. We all said there's no way Cal Raleigh can, reproduce that. Well, it's a little early in the year. But I will say he struggled in the WBC so much so that they took him out and put Will Smith in at the end of that tournament. And it's carried over. So far, Cal Raleigh is 2 for 15, no home runs, 10 strikeouts, and 15 at-bats.
That's a lot.
That's not great.
Is it karma for not shaking Randy Rosarena's hand?
Rosarena finally apologized, but it still didn't look right. The whole thing just didn't look right. I'll go instead, though, and say no, it's not karma. I just think it's too early, but there's nobody who thinks Cal Raleigh's going to hit 60 home runs this year.
No.
It's going to hit 30, and that's going to be good.
Should I add some of the Padres to the list of not starting so hot?
What do you want to – I'll let you do those.
Okay. Jackson Merrill hitting 182.
Okay. 2
Fernando
for 11?
Tatis Jr. hitting 182.
2 for 11?
Yeah.
Okay.
Other than that, Ramon Laureano's hitting 417.
Good start.
Jake Cronenworth's hitting 273.
Thank you.
You're not going to – okay. He's not going to bite. I thought he was going to bite.
What did you want me to bite on?
I don't know. Oh, this is a terrible start for Fernando.
Oh, nah.
Are we going to make our picks?
Okay. We got a new game every day at 5:30, assuming most games are at 6:40.
Yeah.
So, normally we're going to throw to Sammy's pregame at about 5:35 every day. So what Skraby decided, and I got in on this too, we're going to do a pick. I don't like pick to click because everybody uses that.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, how about hit to pick? Hit to pick. What we're trying to do is look at tonight's game and pick one player from either side that's going to get at least one hit. If we are correct, we get to roll it over till tomorrow. And each of us are going to try to see who can build the longest streak. Is it going to be just all year?
Just all year.
So, like, if I have a 17-game streak, then you're going to have all season to try and catch up to me?
Try to beat your 17, yes.
Okay, so we're going to both start with 0. Tonight, our first hit to pick. I'll let you go first since you came up with the game.
Oh, man.
You got to pick somebody in tonight's Padre game. Now, just so we can throw a couple of little rules in, because I know like you people like to, check up on us on this stuff. If it's a day game before we come on, we just won't have one that day. Yeah. Weekends, we're not going to pick anybody because we're not here. So to just be on days when we're on before the game, which is almost every day, we're going to have a hit to pick.
I was talking to someone about this segment, and because it came out of the idea. Remember when I was trying to pick the score of the Padres game every single day, and I finally did it.
People ended up loving that segment.
It took me all season.
It took you until like mid-September because you said I can pick the score of the game anytime I want. And I said no, you can't.
It sounds really easy.
I said no, you can't.
It's not easy.
And it took you the whole season to do it. That was a classic. All right, who's your He can be a Giant or a Padre.
You know what? I'm going to go with a guy who's hitting the ball very well right now.
All
Maybe
right.
hitting it right at guys. I think he's going to get a hit tonight. Xander Bogaerts.
Bogaerts has been hitting it solid. All right, so Skraby's first is Xander Bogaerts. I think I'd be really stupid to pick a Giant. I mean, none of them can hit.
That's
so
right.
why would I want to pick one of them?
You should pick Luis Arraez.
All right. I just said I wasn't going to pick a Giant, but that's fair. I'll take Luis Arraez.
I mean, it's not a bad pick.
He's coming back to San Diego. He is a 3-time batting champ after all. And I've already taken one for the Luis Arraez team many times. So why not take it one more time?
I'll let Luis have one hit. That's about it.
Yeah,
okay? One hit.
No 4 for 4, but he's getting a hit tonight. All right, so there's our hit to pick. We'll see if either of us can start a streak tonight. This game sounds like a good idea, Skraby, but if we go a week and a half and don't get too many of these right, I'm going to lose interest.
Yeah.
I'll lose interest.
We need to put together like a long streak just to
make it interesting.
Fun.
Right. It's going to be, well, we'll see how it goes.
Hey, I put together 3 in a different type of
We
setting.
tried over the weekend a little practice round, and you got 3 in a row, but it was different than this.
Yeah, it was not fun for anyone listening at all.
All right. You want to introduce our next board op?
Our next board op?
Yes, he needs no introduction, but I think you should give him one anyway.
Mr. Kyle Ovenshire.
That only means one thing. Padre baseball is coming up next. Sam Levitt's pregame. Stick around. Padres Giants. We are all back at 2:00 tomorrow to chat it up on Gwynn and Chris. See ya.